Not really, because you can see all that same shit when you're just sitting there, hello, going through shit. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, plug in the little power. Oh no! Well, that ought to be an interesting one. We'll see if that works long enough to continue tonight. On tonight's episode of Does He Have Enough Juice? He might not. But this is a positive live stream tonight, so I can't be a jerkball. No, you misspelled ho. It's supposed to be spelled J-O-E. Jo-ho-ho. Jo-ho-ho. So, if you were around for Friday night when I had the explodey face, I apologize. I'm doing much better today. Also, slightly different angle in the room. Also, slightly different guns on the wall. Also, slightly. Oh, this chair still squeaks like a beer hutch. What's up? You called this meeting. Or did I call this meeting? Somebody called this meeting. The meeting has been called. So anyways, thanks for all the well-wishers when the face exploded. That wasn't fun. I can tell you that for a fact. Also, thank you guys for understanding when the live streams got very no, because I'm trying to grow the store. Just did my taxes, finished my taxes today, and needless to say, starting a company is not cheap. So I had an operating loss of $41,000 last year, basically. Your face still looks funny. But that's the way my mama liked me. How can you not hear me? I've used this phone multiple times to do these lives. Hold on a second. Does it get any better when I do this? You know what it is? It's probably the case on this thing. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can take the case off without it shutting off the live stream. Probably not, because, you know, why the frick would it? Is it the audio better when I'm holding it this way? Ah, shit. Is this a two-piece case? Keep looking around. Box of stuff. I don't remember what this case is, dude. We're fine. I can hear you fine. Sound is okay. It just sounds far away. It sounds far away because the mics are shit on this phone. Hello, random team. I apologize. I literally don't remember how I put this fucking case on, because it's not my normal phone. It's my company phone. It's not my dick around phone. So you guys are just going to have to deal with it for now. I'm sorry I sound so far away. Well, not Tapper. It's an LG of some sort. But the fact that I sound this far away is, I don't know what to tell you. Hold on a second. Are you sure it's not your phone, DB? I sound fine to me. All right, 1 second. I got to grab a different charging cable for my phone. Quote my mama, ignore the box of dildos. It's always interesting that there's a box of dildos. Hello. Yay! Not on a phone. You good? Move on. Yeah. It's your Apple product. Shitty speakers. Never thought we would go through so many erasers helping kids with homework. Is it because you keep flinging them at the kids? How much should I pay for this gaming PC? The specs are nice. So how about Shit Show 25? There were some interesting guns announced. Obviously, there was the Kel-Tec Clip Fed 5.7. There were a lot of updates to guns, second gen, third gen guns released. So I'll be interested to see a lot of those. We'll see what the distributors start getting in right away. There wasn't a whole lot that I wasn't expecting, to be honest, though. There just really wasn't. Hello, Jenks. The PSA 2011 for $2,200. I will be honest, I missed that one. Hold on a second. How the heck am I? I am doing well, my mama. How are you doing? There's Saber 11. Oh, is it another one of their... no. Is it? Looks cool. Very glocky with the cuts, though. It's one of the 164 concepts. Gotcha. Smith & Wesson made a lever action. I'd actually seen some stuff about the lever action before. MG, number one, that ain't what I got. Number two, I actually own a gun store, so that's inventory. Number three, it's in a gun room that by the time you get to it, you're going to have 12 gauge buckshot in your ass. So go ahead, break in. The Saber looks cool. Oh no, door, don't crush me. The FGC 9. Why do I think I've looked at the FGC 9? Nope, that one is actually spoken for. That one is just kind of sitting here and waiting to go to its new owner. FGCA. Okay, yeah, I have seen that one, but that's 3D printed stuff. I don't get into the 3D printed stuff, sorry. Just some people don't know better. Yeah, that's true. But I've been doing this for 8 years now. I'm doing pretty good at it. I saw a semi-auto 40mm grenade launcher. Yep, I've seen those before. Whoa, you got rid of Wavy? Why'd you get rid of Wavy's message? No, he said he was sending that, DB. That's fine. Long time no see. How are you? I'm doing, Sonny. How are you? I mean, what are you getting it offered to you for, Wavy? I mean, that's top of the line 40 series card, 14900K, basically top of the line for that. So I need to know what they're trying to charge you. I don't really have a good price to give you, man. Popped up, looked like a bot message. No, Wavy's allowed to do that. I told him to send me the specs on the PC, so more than likely he just copied that down from wherever somebody was sending it out. Hello, FBI. How are you, sir? How's the FBI doing tonight, sir? I follow all state and federal laws regarding firearms, Mr. FBI guy. Also, new store is technically good for sales and stuff, so my buddy Daniel's coming down this week to do the website with me. Hey, Mr. Mom, what's up? So it's Wind City Armory. Just Google it. How's the night so far? Just got started, my friend. We're less than 10 minutes in, so I can't open a juice mix, so maybe it's not going so good. Yeah. Cool name, no, Wind City. Yeah, well, Wind City Armory. I'll hit the like button when I'm done. I always wait till the end. I don't like to influence people, but if you guys want to hit the like button, you'll be helping me out a great deal. You'll make me feel better. The Counterterrorism Agency? You mean in CSGO or CS2? or Counter-Strike 2 or whatever they call it these days. Am I really an influencer though? Because basically what happens with me is it brings a lot of people in here that are just kind of ding-dongs. Speaking of which, did you remove Wavy or did you just remove the message? Yeah, hold on a second, Wavy. Yeah, I've said before, DB, Wavy is an OG, man. Don't ban him. How many packs did I put in here? 2 of them. They're made to do 32 ounces each. And this is 64 fluid ounces, so it should be fine. No, you actually hid him. I had to unhide him. I can see you now, Wavy. Next time, though, even if you're just copying specs and stuff, don't just paste that stuff because it'll throw off things. Hey, Ocho, what's up? Tristan, hey. Better to be a ding-dong than a Twinkie, or worse yet, a Nutter Butter. You agreed to $600? Dude, don't send anybody money if they agreed to $600 for that computer. You will never get that computer. That graphics card is worth $2,000. That CPU is worth $500. Do not send somebody your money if you agreed at $600, unless he's your best friend in the world and he's just giving it to you for $600. It's a $2,000 graphics card on that thing. How do I feel about them Gen 5 Glocks? The same way I feel about all the previous gens. They're just boring. They work. They're reliable. They're going to save your life, but they're boring, boring, boring. I don't feel like answering that question, so I'm not going to be negative. I said I was going to be positive today, but that doesn't mean I have to answer every question. So, but I'm just giving you a helpful tip, Wavy. What is this about? Well, it's kind of an ask me anything kind of a thing, but I'm a firearms channel. I do reviews, things like that. So we talk about guns, we talk about cars, we talk about food, we talk about life in general. Just be respectful. You can crack jokes, you can make jokes, things like that, but don't be a jerk. That's all I ask. You might buy the Keltec. You should. Nah. Well, thank you. Just yeah, it's an in-person sale. Says everything works. Not you're going to test it, dude. It still doesn't make any sense. Wavy, be very careful, dude. Take somebody with you for backup. Do not go alone to that meeting. Am I better from the issues I've had? I'm recovering. They're not great. I can't do the Pocky or the one chip challenge until my face heals. That'll be a long time. Just thought I'd get it out there before you guys did. Yeah, a good 22 with a good silencer does that. Yep. That's why I watch 22 Plankster. No idea. So I found a new way to appeal all my demonetized videos. So I was speaking to a YouTube content creator helper, and they gave me a link to a secondary request site for the staff to get my stuff looked at. Because I'm getting tired of getting auto declined on my requests, which happens a lot. Dude, it was 75 today. Nice. Oh, I'm still doing the one chip. The one chip will be fine, man. The one chip isn't going to bother me at all. Hot food doesn't bother me. The biggest thing I'm running into is, like I said, it's an open sore right now from the way my face decided to try to explode. So it will be getting done, just got to figure out a time to do it. Sorry, I brought a 6-foot desk in here today, so it's actually a little bit deeper than the other one. Hey Dante, what's going on, sir? Yeah, so I got my first shipments in from a distributor today. Brought in a few guns. Bought a gun that the Taurus G3 up there I got for an exceptionally good price, so it'll be going up in the store. What model is the 1911 behind you? It's actually a little known gun. It's made by Mitchell. They actually make K98 clones. That is called the Mitchell's Arms Gold Series 95. My bro bought a dog off Facebook and they asked for 250 to hold the dog. And of course, once he sent it, they ghost him. I was upset at him for falling for that scam. Yeah. No, you cannot purchase from anywhere outside of the contiguous United States. Just waiting on another visit, then approval. Nice. I hope yours goes well, dude. Is it expensive? I mean, depending on the market, there aren't a ton of them out there. And believe it or not, Dan Wesson actually built those guns for Mitchell Arms. It's about $1,000 1911, which for a 1911 isn't that much. Oh, am I just waiting on another visit then approval? No, I've got everything. I'm fully up and running. I'm selling guns, buying guns, doing everything I need, dude. Yeah, no, $1,000 for an all stainless kind of competition style. It's a bull barrel. It doesn't use a bushing, so it's actually competition. So it's a I wanted to say a clone or an homage. It's basically a Colt Gold Cup match, but with a few improvements to it, like the bull barrel that it has. Sorry, I just realized I got to check my emails. But yeah, so we're getting going. Like I said, my buddy Daniel is supposed to be coming down this week and helping me set up the website. He set up Liberties, so I might as well just have somebody that's already set up a Gearfire and independent dealer website, just have him set it up for me. And then used guns will go on there, new guns will go on there. Pretty much everything will be going on there. So probably the middle of the month, Zoth, just because it takes a while to get the setup with the Gearfire and the companies. So I don't want to keep doing it, DB, but I have to, especially since I just went today to meet with my tax lady, and operating costs, I actually lost $41,000 last year basically in operating costs, because if you count the income I brought in from royalties for YouTube as well as Social Security and eBay, yeah, I still, with inventory being my guns, lost $41,000. Hey, Big Erm, what's going on, dude? 33, what's up? Hey, Margie, yay. But yeah, so it's just the way it is. The good news is I get a free $3,000 tax deduction every year until that $40,000 is gone. So for another 13 years, I get an instant $3,000 deduction. It's only my second year. My first year I made $500 profit because I really wasn't doing guns. But this year, because I put all the guns into the store, yeah, it kind of fucked everything up. Got a Gatorade. Nope, just some sugar-free drink in a used Ocean Spray bottle that I drank out of the other day. You started your new job today too. Oh joy. Well, yeah, that sucks. I can't, it's been so long since I've actually had to do any kind of real work. So, yeah, had a decent DW. I had a DWI in my store. No, I had a decent couple come in that used to come into Middletown a lot, and they watch a lot of my videos, and so they're going to become good customers of mine. Several of the people that used to go to former stores, they followed me, so that's fine, and they're coming to deal with me. Love the wall. Thank you. So what's going to happen is the front of the store, I'm actually going to be putting in slat wall, so that I can have rifles and stuff hanging up. But this is the gun room, so I can just throw a few guns on. Night clerk, Mr. Mom. Night clerk, in fact, when this is over. Night clerk. How many guns do you have? Not as many as I used to, because they're all going into the store. But it's triple digits. If you're straight and keep costs competitive, you'll be shipping to my people, my man. Proud of your poop getting in order. Told you it would happen with a lot of sweat and blood. You made it. Congrats, my man. Thank you, brother. And yes, instantly we will have discount codes that will be available to my YouTube subscribers, members, and friends. So, you know, if you actually watch a video, it'll probably change every month. That way you'll get 30 days. It might change every 2 weeks. We haven't really decided yet. But I'm going to continue to keep doing new videos every week, especially when I'm bringing in more inventory. So I'm getting a couple of the RXMs from Ruger, so I'll be able to do a video on those and a few other guns. So as those come in, I'll make videos on those, and then, hey, if you want them, you can contact me. So where's the best place to buy new? I'm not going through with that sale, too sketchy. Well, number one, new 4090s are pretty much dead because there are no new manufactured 4090s as far as I know. But if you go to like Micro Center or Best Buy, if they have any in stock, like I said, it's a $2,000 graphics card, so just be careful, Wavy. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Am I going to do any videos based on crazy customer interactions? I'm sure that I will do some stuff. Like today, decent kid came in, sold me a bunch of stuff for one bulk price, and I'll make decent money on it. But yeah, the first time somebody brings me a loaded gun and I rack it and a round comes out, boy, howdy, am I going to be making my first. That's my I almost died today video for the new store, because there will be there. 5.56 out of a 7.5-inch barrel. How far would you trust that accuracy? Zah, thank you for the lemon-headed donation, $10. Thank you so much. 5.56 out of a 7.5-inch barrel. I think it's going somewhere around like 2,100 feet per second or something like that. So you'll still have decent velocity over distance. I mean, you're really not having a good sighting system for going out super far on something like that, but you should be able to hit 250, 300 pretty easily. Mike, is that a bullpup? Yes. So that is a Keltec KS7 12-gauge bullpup. The one way to help compensate a little bit back road is to get VMAX ammo, velocity max ammo. Out of a 7.5, you can probably get to like 26 or 2,700 feet per second. But the biggest thing is most of those are going to have like a 1-to-7 or a 1-to-8 twist on the barrel. So you got to make sure that you get one that'll allow you to at least complete one full rotation. You're going to buy from me when you get your tax income tax. Awesome, guy. Appreciate that, Michael. Only 4 stores have them new for $1,600. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. That's why I was saying, dude trying to offer you that stupid price, man, that was a scam waiting to happen. Just wondering what your ballpark is. Like I said, if you got an optic like an LPVO that can get out to like 1-to-6 power, you can probably 250. Pretty okay. You're not going to get full stability on the round, but you can probably get to 250 with some VMAX rounds. I really wouldn't be running it for much over 150 though. Do we get any discount codes? Yes. You might have been away from your phone when I said that. So I'm thinking we're going to do like every 2 weeks that there'll be a new discount code. That way it will make sure that you guys are watching the videos, because I'm going to embed them in the videos and the lives. So you have to be watching in order to get the discount code. Have I checked out the Glock COA collab? Not in person, but my distributor has them and I can get them, and that's pretty impressive because everybody was saying you could only get them from Glock. I can get them. So 45 or 9 for a first gun. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice that might sound a little bit different to you. It's not the caliber that matters, my guy. It's how comfortable you are with shooting. If you're a bigger guy like me, 45 will feel like a 9 to shoot. If you're a smaller statured person, 9 might feel like 45 to you. The best thing to do is find a gun that you're comfortable with and then shoot both and see which one you like. 9 is more economical to shoot if you're just looking for like a carry gun that you're going to shoot at the range a lot. If you're looking for a gun you're not going to shoot a ton of rounds out of, then that doesn't matter as much. If I do find one on Marketplace, it's not a scam. What's a good price? For a 4090, it's going to be somewhere between $1,300 to $1,500 just for the GPU. A 14900K is still a $600 processor, so you're probably going to be like $300 to $500 depending on if it's new in box or if it's been, used a lot. But that system should have been like $3,500. Discord code 5050 should you half off. I'll do half off of one item, but it's going to be an item that I triple in price. What do I think of the new Kel-Tec 5.7? I'm going to show you a meme that my buddy sent me in regards to that, and I giggled like a little schoolgirl, and that's all that matters. Probably don't want you guys to see the one that's all dildos and stuff. Okay, so we'll see how well that comes up. If I were to carry, what gun should I use for self-defense? Trying to get a good screen so you can. Anyways, it says because our engineers are bored and on meth, the new Kel-Tec 5.7. You got to see what fits in your hands, man. I don't tell people what gun they should carry. I can tell you what's reliable. Glock 19, Glock 26, if you want an even smaller gun, Glock 48, thin, slimline. Smith & Wesson M&P, Shield Plus, the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 and 380, if you want something smaller. Those are all really good guns. What are my thoughts about 10mm? I like 10mm. It just doesn't really do anything for me. I like 9mm because it's cheaper. I like 45 because the ballistics are within like 15% to 20% of most standard 10mm ammo. So, did I see the Vulcan Machine 2011? No, but I will look it up. I'll be honest, getting the store has taken all of my time. I've left my place of business during the day twice. You know, I'm just not doing much in terms of travel. Vulcan 2011. I don't know why I'm doing that. This is a freaking wireless keyboard. Let's see it. Good looking gun for sure. I like that full squared off look. Let's see. I carry a Nighthawk at night and a P10. Yep. Kel-Tec doesn't have the best reputation. Was their best firearm in my opinion? Their best firearm is probably their little P38T, which is their little 380, little itty bitty son of a bitch. That thing's actually pretty reliable. The P17, believe it or not, seems to be a pretty reliable gun now. They had some teething issues when it first came out, but it seems to be doing a lot better than it used to. And then, you know, probably their sub 2K is probably their best overall gun, even though it's outdated and not that good to shoot anymore. Is the Kel-Tec shotgun any good? It's a bullpup 12 gauge, so the action is closer to your ear, so you're hearing it more. It really is just for maneuverability. The Kel-Tec, the shotgun itself is fine. It works fine. That's not the K12, KS12, or the KSG, so it's not the double tube. So it's a little bit easier to in terms of maintenance and stuff, but Am I feeling better today? I am feeling better today. My face on Friday was terrible. It was a pain to talk, pain to do anything. Yeah, so I am feeling a lot better. Although all the people that kept telling me I needed to take better care of my health, a bacterial infection doesn't care about your eating habits. Just so you know, a bacterial infection can happen. Let's say that I'm sleeping and my mouth is open, right? And a bug happens to get in there. You ingest multiple bugs every year because it's a big warm hole, especially some of you. And spiders and bugs and things get in there and they bite you. Also, I grind my teeth when I sleep because I have TMJ, temporal mandibular joint pain. And it causes me to grind my teeth when I sleep. And I could have ground my tooth into my gum, and it doesn't take much in the way of a bacteria infection to grow something like that. Just tuning in, you look 100% better than last video. Glad a hospital cured your infection. Well, we did the I'm a brave boy, but I'm also a big wuss thing. So we were sitting in there. It took like 3 hours to get me back there. I'm sitting there in the waiting room because I can't swallow sitting forward. So I'm just for hours. And then we finally get back to the room, and he's like, well, we need to do an ultrasound. So they're doing the ultrasound. They find pockets of stuff. The whole side of my face was starting to swell up. It's still sore, like right here, like there's a tubular of stuff. And eventually, like this abscessed through the skin. And you know how it feels when you finally pop that one pimple that's huge and it feels amazing? That's what all of a sudden my pain went from an 8 to a 4. So I'm sitting there and I'm feeling all Billy Badass about it. He's like, "So, do you want a topical agent? It'll take a little while. I got to do an injection or whatever." Then I'm like, "No." And I sat there for a second, and the first thing I said was, "Is it just one stab?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Just do it." So he grabbed my face, pulls my lip down, takes a scalpel, and just right in there. But the problem is, he didn't go deep enough. So he does the first stab. I feel him twist and push in more. So, needless to say, it stung a little bit. Definitely sounds better. Thank you. Nice guns. Thank you, sir. So, also, did you see the bolt action uppers from Bear Creek? Now I'm super glad you're feeling better. And exactly, yeah. I saw one article on it. Again, I really wasn't following it too much because my face was trying to fall off of my face. So, you love wormholes. You were freaking Friday, so you didn't have to eat the hot chip. Sure. Yeah, $3,000 hospital bill just so I didn't have to eat a chip. Which of the KSGs do you think is the best? I really don't think any of them are the best. I don't think any bullpup shotgun is the best. Um, I like the KS7 just because it's thinner. You look like you're doing better. Glad to see it. Thank you. Thank you, Corbin. Yeah, my lips are regrowing skin. Luckily, the mouth, ask your mom about this, heals the fastest out of any area on your body um, next to an internal place. So it should heal up pretty well. Thank you, Tristan. Grendel P10 or Ruger LCP? I mean, which do you want to do more? Carry concealed or go shooting long distance? What would you go with? Surefire RC2 3 or a Huxwork 556K? I've never played with either one, but I do know that both brands are pretty solid. You're not asking your mom about that? You can. She'll be pretty good about it. Jenkins, what's up, sir? So yeah, as of right now, investors have come in and claimed. So thank you to the people that are invested. You know who you are. So we are at roughly 8% delivered in terms of contracts. So we're doing good there. What's up, Ligma? Well, my face tried to explode off my head ball. So, am I a leader of a country? Only in my mind. What's the best lower for a 9mm PCC with Glock mags? Honestly, if you can get a CMMG Banshee lower, just the lower and then put whatever you want on it, or just buy a complete CMMG Banshee, they're roller delayed blowback and they take Glock mags. They're expensive, but they're the best. So if you're asking for the best, it gets a little difficult. Hey, X-Ray, what's going on, sir? It does look like everything's a little far away, but you don't need to be super close up to everything. And what's funny is this phone has such an incredible white balance attempt on it that I can't turn off. That all I have is one studio light on. I don't have an overhead light on. Banshees are badass. Yes, they are, definitely. My last one was a somebody during the COVID relief funds had bought theirs, and they had an optic and everything on it. And instead of 17 or 1800, because it was the 300 back when they had levels of quality, it was the top of the line one, and I got it for like $900. Tristan, I really don't know. I don't follow the war that closely. I listen to some news outlets and I watch some stuff. But unfortunately, I'm too old to go and do anything about it, and nobody I know is in a position to do anything about it, so I'm kind of staying out of it, man. Did you see any 2025 SHOT Show guns you'd like to have? No, not really, not personally. I'm still looking for an optic. We were talking about this earlier, Stone, McManus, and I. We were talking about the Dan Wesson DWX optics cut. So Trying to do a cheap PCC build, but not crap. If you want just a lower, you can probably do something like a Diamondback DB9R lower, and then add like a CMC trigger for $100 and an ambidextrous safety or 45-degree safety. You can probably do that and build that lower for like $400 ish, and then you could start there. Yours is the new Alien. The Alien Compact looks cool, but still like $5,000 to $7,000 or $5,000 to $6,000 or something like that. Do I recommend buying a Beret? I'm guessing you're meaning Barrett. The only reason to buy a Barrett is for the clout that comes with it. It's the same reason to buy a Desert Eagle 50 cal. Yes, you can woods walk with the 50 cal, but the Desert Eagles aren't that reliable. I'd rather have a 500 Smith & Wesson if I'm going to do that. But the Barretts are they're a great toy. They're fun to shoot. They're expensive to shoot, and they're super loud. Good place to get a 7.62 BCG. Probably Bravo Company. Go to Brownells. That will give you a list. Even if it's not the best price, go to Brownells and type that in, and it'll probably give you the best selection. How does a recoil on a KS7 compare to a regular 12 gauge? I've heard they're worse despite being a bullpup. The only thing being bullpup helps is for maneuverability. It literally is worse because you have to remember the action. I'm not touching it. So the action is right there. And when you're talking about equal and opposite reaction, rather than having it be up there and sending it through the shotgun, you literally have that much padding. That's it, right from the action. So it's actually worse. In your opinion, what's the best budget AR-10? Probably Stag Arms does a $1,000 AR-10. I don't know if they still do it, but they did. If you want something 308 that would be considered budget and actually lightweight, look at a Ruger SFAR. It's a 308 AR platform that is a much lighter gun. You can get those around 1100-ish, and it's a really good one. How much is it? How much is what? Good sir. You'd have to call my store. We don't discuss prices on a YouTube live. You cannot facilitate the sale of firearms during a live stream or in a video. You can look it up, go to Google and type in Win City Armory, WINCITYARMORY, and you will be able to check me out there. That was weird. You can call me tomorrow and we can discuss things, but I do not discuss sales on live streams. Opinion on AR-10 pistols. If you're looking for something close quarters, an AR-10 pistol is definitely going to do the job for you. So keeping that in mind, I mean, 308 is designed to go, hit harder at distance than a 5.56, so it kind of defeats the purpose. What's a gun that isn't made anymore that you wish was still in production? I mean, that's a great question. Because everybody makes a 1911, everybody makes a high power now. I can't think of one really, to be honest with you. And I'm not a long gun guy, so nope. Actually, Ruger 1022 Magnums. You can't get them anymore. They're unobtainium. You're spending $600 to $800 for a 22 Magnum. Are FRTs legal in the USA now? Yes, they are, Jonathan. They won their lawsuit. Can you promote your website once it's built on live? I can tell you the name of the website, but I can't link it. Like, if you want to go to the website, you can go to the website because it's just going to be Win City Armory. It might be Win City Armory VA. Just depends on if anybody, one of you fuckers will buy the name on me now. How does it defeat the purpose of you want a heavy-hitting cab rifle? If you, I didn't say it defeats the purpose of. I said it defeats the purpose if you want to long range it. Do I have a Desert Eagle? No, I sold my Desert Eagle a long time ago. What do I think about AK-47s? They're fun. They're a fine firearm. I have a couple of them. They shoot good. They really don't do much for me just because the just recoil impulse. It's much more noticeable than like a 300 Blackout, which is the same grain bullet traveling at the same speed. So, have I ever seen a Spaz 12 in your area? I know a couple of people that own them in their private collections, but none for sale. Do FRT only work on ARs? Was thinking about getting one for mine. Well, they were designed to work on the AR platform, so yeah. What's my background besides gun stores? I was a car salesman from 2000 to 2017. I owned my own body shop for 6 years. I was a mechanic for 15 years. I've run movie theaters. I've done a lot of things in my years. Can't pick up guns on lives, man. What's on the wall is what's out today. Sorry. Do I have a Glock 17? Yeah, but I don't do anything with it. Glocks are perfectly good guns. I'm trying to keep tonight's live stream super positive. They're going to save your life. They're going to do everything you want them to. They're not my bag. I'll put it that way tonight. So I don't feel they belong on the wall. Thinking about doing a stud build with an LMT R20 and an Elcan and an LMT suppressor. Worth the build or waste of money? At the end of the day, I don't tell somebody that their build isn't worth it unless they're paying 10 times too much or they're buying something that's already built. But if you're building it and you're building it the way you want to, every penny you put into it by choice is what the gun is worth. You'd like to add one to your collection. You think they're beautiful. Sucks they banned it. Yeah, sorry. Do I have a 5.7? Yes, there is a 5.7 up there. Is the website up? No, it won't be up until probably the middle of the month because I still have to set up with Gearfire and I still have to get set up fully with the distributors. It takes a lot of paperwork to get set up for firearm sales. Also, I'm waiting on the credit card processing company, which is dragging their ass. I got to call them tomorrow. See what the fuck they're doing. Sorry, I'm not going to cuss as much. But they're dragging their heels, so I need to get them done. I had to send them copies of my FFL and everything, so it sucks. I've never really looked at a Radian Model 1. I'll have to look it up. Best response I could have asked for. Thanks so much. You're welcome, dude. You have an everyday carry. Yes, I have 1911 for the everyday carry. Incredible. Thank you for donating some subscriptions and memberships. Appreciate that, man. Oh, Mexican got one. McManus got one. McManus has money. He just... anyway. Will you ship? FFL to FFL only. Obviously, I can't do private sales because I'm an FFL. But yes, I will do shipping because... kind of like Cabela's, Dick's, and some of the bigger sporting goods stores, I am going to advertise all my used guns, which is a big difference between some of the websites that some of the dealers I know in the local area. So, cool guy. No, you're a cool guy. So, but yeah, like I said, those will be coming up. The website should be up by the 15th. I'm not trying to over promise and under deliver. I want to over deliver and under promise. So he's supposed to be coming this week to help me, and then I'll start getting it figured out. You just found out that FFL stealing suppressors is a thing. Sad, though. I haven't seen them stealing them personally, but I have seen them use them before the customers get them, because if you do a trust when you do your background check, even if you e-file, it can take a little longer. Can take, I think, up to 60 days or something like that if you put it in a trust. So you got to be careful. Like when it comes in, tell them you want to see it when it comes in and take some pictures of it, because you'll be able to tell if they screw with it. I just found out, yep, hi from Iran. Hi, Iran. I will say, as far as the Glock 17 question, I'm a Glock guy through and through, but I switched from the 17s to the Springfield Echelon. Such an amazing platform, plus it's paired it with the TLR1HL and a Vortex Defender. Good choice on the optics and the light. And I agree. The Glock is, like I said, and I say it a lot. Like when people ask me what's a good self-defense all-around gun, Glock 19, an excellent gun, excellent reliability. They're lacking in a lot of features. Like you can't get a Gen 5 17 anymore because they killed it to make the 47, which I totally forgot about. One of my friends was looking for one. So instead of actually making their guns better, they just keep coming out with new variants of the exact same gun. It's a 47, but it's a 17 with a spring cup, so it can be used on a 19 frame, which is stupid. Just seen a video of an FFL selling a guy suppressor. Yeah, that's stupid. Especially if you paid for the suppressor and you've done the paperwork. If you do the paperwork, they legally can't sell the suppressor and you have a lawsuit on your hands. Now, if you just order a suppressor, they bring it in and then they sell it on you, that's just them being a bunch of jerks. So if someone comes from out of state, they can only buy rifles and shotguns, correct? Yes, you can only buy long guns. You can buy receivers, I believe, because those are considered receivers, but you can't buy pistols and walk out of the store. They have to be shipped. Have I seen the SKS bullpup? Yes, but I haven't watched the video on it yet. What do I think about the X5 Legion 9mm? That is my favorite 320 or 226. I think the X5 is one of the best ones out there. Did you see PSA wants to start carrying suppressors to sell? I did not see that. That's an interesting thing they want to do if they actually do that one. Starting to miss the mark, have been there for a while, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, agree, Stonefly. So when I first started in guns, honestly, I've only been doing this since 2017, late 2017. It's barely 7 years for me. I thought Glocks were awesome. My third gun that I purchased was actually a Glock 27. Yeah, I know, 40 cal, that was stupid of me. But I bought one because I figured I had to have them. And I've bought, oh God, I'd hate to look through my history, like through my purchase history, but I've probably gone through 50 to 60 Glocks in the last 6 years, 7 years. Most of the time I'll buy them, monkey with them, add sights, or rebuild them using different slide components, things like that, build a gun I like, and then I sell it because I'm done. I'm bored with it, which is a failing of mine, I think. Alaskan here, can we trade weather with someone who has winter? We have 50 degrees and green grass right now. Sorry, I'm in Winchester, Virginia, and we have, it was like 50 degrees here. In terms of gun law, which state has less pew pew laws, Virginia or Maryland? Maryland is a hellhole for gun laws. I have buddies up there. They have a 7-day waiting period for pistols. So, number one, but no, Virginia, the only thing that is like super detrimental to the average gun owner in Virginia is you can only buy one handgun per month unless you have a CCW. Once you obtain a CCW in the state of Virginia, you can buy as many handguns as you want. We do have red flag laws, which suck, but I rarely see it ever being used because it's super easy to abuse it, so people have to be careful when they try to red flag somebody. But Maryland is just a hellhole for gun laws. You have to have heavy barrels. You guys have certain guns that are, you guys actually have a roster, if you're actually in Maryland, I mean. Maryland has a roster of guns that aren't allowed because of age, mag capacity. There's a few different things that can actually stop a gun from going to Maryland. What's the big gun behind you, the top one? That is a Kel-Tec KS7 bullpup shotgun. What's your favorite new PSA things coming out? I'm still waiting for their XM57 or whatever they were calling it. Their version of the MP7. They're making an MP57. I'm waiting for that. I'm definitely getting one of those when they come out. Your second gun was a 40. Lol. Should you buy an MPX-K? Found one Gen 3 in Bazooka Green. If you really want one, dude, buy it. Canik MC9 Prime just released. Thoughts? The MC9 Prime. Give me 1 second. Okay, so they came out with the long slide, and then they just went the other way and came out with one that's only 6.73 inches. I mean, I think the micro compacts are a dying breed, but if the gun shoots well, go for it. Well, I guess I have to give up Old Bay and crabs. Lol. No, you just do what we do here. Like, I live about 45 minutes away from Hagerstown, so I can go over there and get some stuff. There's some good restaurants in Hagerstown. There's also the outlet malls. But yeah, just move to West Virginia. West Virginia has the best out of the three states that touch each other. If you want to go to a state that has better gun laws, go to West Virginia. They have no tax on the ammo, and they have constitutional carry, which some days I agree with, some days I don't. You've liked guns your whole life. You're from Germany, and the rules for guns are extremely stringent. Yes. Yeah, I've heard some. I had a customer of ours who comes to America a few times a year. And he comes into our store all the time and he buys parts and stuff. And he tells me about he used to tell me about how hard it was to get a gun and maintain them. Like, you have to be part of a shooting club, you have to have special licenses, transportation was a bish. Gotta run, have yourself a new subscriber. Thank you, Stonefly, I appreciate that, man. Hit the like button on your way out if you'd be so kind. That's what helps grow the channel, and yes, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Brian says, bet sounds like a dream. Dude, it really is. My buddies that live in Maryland are actually planning on moving to West Virginia. Because every now and then I find guns that they want, and because they're my guns, I have to take them up to a store in Maryland, and then they have to do their paperwork, and then they have to wait for 7 days to get the gun, and I feel bad for them. Because you can walk out with a heavy barrel AR and 1,000 rounds of 5.56, but you can't walk out with an HK VP70. My dad has a 6-hour 365. It's a very good hunting gun, he says. Teach yourself to be accurate. Go for it. In your opinion, what's the flattest shooting gun in these days from the factory? Some of the flattest shooting guns are going to be competition style, but they're still factory releases. You've got the CZ Tactical Sport 2 lineup. Those are amazingly flat shooting, and they're a couple of grand. The Dan Wesson DWX is an amazingly flat shooting gun. The Lago Alien, but they're 5 to 7 grand depending on which version you get. They're extremely flat shooting. The Chiappa Rhino, as much as I hate the revolver, it's one of the flatter shooting revolvers because of the way it kicks straight back into your hand. What happened with the TSOS president? You made a passing comment in one of your vids. Andrew, still waiting to hear back from them. They had SHOT Show this year. Currently, I'm more in contact with Jared, who is their social media guy, as well as the rep at SHOT Show. So obviously they had stuff going on. They've also discontinued several of the previous gen versions of their guns, and they're re-releasing them under new updates and stuff. So I'm going to try to get a couple of their newer guns and see if they've actually stepped up their quality. I told them flat out, I will not willingly carry their guns in my store. If somebody wants to order one, that's fine, but I will not stock any TSOS guns new in my store until they step up and prove that they've changed. Just because they produce a lot of guns and they produce them for a cheap price doesn't mean they deserve to be in my store. Especially with the way they were basically handling me to try to handle you guys. They were trying to get me to say the most basic possible thing to appease my viewers. And I will admit, I was wrong. I claimed I thought they were cast because of the condition of the frame on the $1,000 gun that I paid cash for. I have every right to complain about a gun, especially when I pay cash for it. And if somebody sends me a gun and I have a problem with it, I'm going to complain about that too. Gerson sent me their Influencer X1911, and I spoke about the rear grip safety not being right. But the fact is, they wanted me to appease you guys first before they would continue having conversations, is the way it came off to me. So no, I have not pulled down the video, which has like 150,000 views, nor will I. Even after we talk, I will issue a correction video 100% if they've stepped up. I haven't seen that yet. In your opinion, what is the flat? Oh yeah, already answered that one. Nehemiah says guns with small damage to the front of the gas tube on the upper affect performance. It depends on where the damage is. If it's in any way impeding on the tube, then yes, it could. He thinks that, but I think that is some BS. Well, maybe he's really good with it. What sucks is we have to not only fill out a 4473, but the state 747 arm for MSP along with 7 days wait and 1 PPU per month. Yeah, dude, like I said, that shit sucks, man. Talk about infringing. And Maryland has one of the highest gun rates in the country in terms of crimes. So guess what? They're tired of actually filling out forms because they're criminals, so they get their guns illegally. And all they're doing is hurting you. No problem, Andrew. And again, I hope to do something with T-Sauce now that SHOT Show's over, because they have a couple of good guns coming up. The revised Night Stalker would be a good gun if they've improved the quality of it. They pulled the T-Sauce 57, the PX57, which is the last gun up there, the 5.7. For some reason, it's no longer on the website, and we can't even get them from distributors, so I'm not sure what's going on. We'll wait and see what's going on with that, but now I may raise the price on that one if you can't get them anymore. Wink, wink. What's your favorite pistol? My favorite pistols are 1911s, just in general. My favorite AR is a custom build that I've improved slowly over the last couple of years. Money aside, because it's got like $3,000 in it now. It's barely noticeable, like a small kink at the end of the tube. Even a small kink, especially at the end of the tube. Are you talking about the end of the tube at the gas block? If it's at the gas block, that disruption of air, if it's right at the gas block, could actually cause some problems. Sorry. If it's back at, thank you, I look like a cricket. My name's Jiminy. There you go, Dominican. But if it's back at where the charging handle is, it shouldn't be affecting it as much. Said it's good for smaller animals. Well, hope he's a good shot, Eli. Hello from India. Hello, I have an M&P 5.7 as my EDC. It's a solid choice, or what would be a better option in your opinion? I really like the M&P 5.7. I think they made the grip a little bit thin in my opinion. I think they could have gone a little bit thicker. So when I talk to people about what I would like to see in it, I also had the PSA Rock, but I sold that to a friend. I think the PSA Rock had the best grip because it's kind of like the Dagger's grip, so it's ergonomic. But the feature set that the M&P came with right out of the box, optics capable, threaded barrel, everything for $650, hard to beat. It's a great gun. Are you going to show us the store? I can if you guys want me to. When am I planning on opening the shop? Technically, the shop is open. I can sell guns. I can buy them. I actually bought a gun today, and I've sold 4 already. So buying and selling is fine. It's just I don't have the website up yet. So technically, like a soft opening, it will be in the middle of next month. Not a 2011 guy. I am a 2011 guy. I'm just not a $3,000 2011 guy. I had the Prodigy. Wound up selling that to a friend. I had the Staccato C2. Sold that to get a few other guns. Mainly, I just wasn't impressed with the Staccato. It just felt like all the rest of them. And I've had actually probably... You can look back through the channel. Most of the 2011s that I've showed on the channel were mine. I think I've had somewhere like 10. I can't justify the cost for as little shooting as I do. So, and I had the Gerson 2311. Quality wasn't there. The new versions are much better, but the original Gersons were not that great. Can't pick up guns, Dominican, sorry. The new Night Stalker has you hooked. Yeah, so I'll get to play with one because I got people that want it, so I'm going to order one. You have an AK-47 Airsoft? Sweet. Nice 1911s. They are nice. Dale, what's going on? I'll come visit you. The store's name. It's called Win City Armory. WINCITY Armory. ARMORY. If you just look it up on Google, my address, hours, and phone number all are in there. Do I sell PCs? I can. I've actually got a couple of Ryzen PCs that I'm actually listing on Facebook. Do I have any lever actions? Not in the store, but I am going to pick up a few. I'm going to probably grab a couple of Rossies because they're less expensive. I will pick up a couple of Henrys. I'm not looking to have $5 million in inventory because the way I started this company, the way I started the store, which I've talked about before, which is why I was looking for investors, is I own everything that's in this building. There is no product on the shelf. No product are going in the cases. Nothing will be available that I don't own. So it's going to make it hard to have a larger inventory right now. Do I have a Desert Eagle? Not anymore. I actually sold mine. No idea, Eli. I've never really looked at a Seiko. What do I think of Pioneer Arms? Not too much experience with the company. Would you rather open carry a Micro Draco or sling on a sling or never carry again? I'd rather never carry, honestly. I don't like the Micro Draco. I don't see the point of it. So, hey, Ammo, what's up, dude? More love to you from Atlanta. Hey, Atlanta. Chanson's in here. Chanson got gifted a freaking sub, so he's membership. He's cool. You're looking for a ridiculously long slided 1911. Any suggestions? Yes, the longest right now in production, I believe, is 6-inch from Gerson 2311 Witness lineup. There's also, I believe, a Colt 7-inch long slide. You Owen, yeah. It gives you 30 or 75 flashbangs. What? YouTube is on my naughty list right now. Oh, did they knock you down? They finally hit you for facilitating sales? What's my favorite gun of all time? 1911s. Just government size 5-inch 1911s. Did they get you, Chanson? Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well. Hey Pickle Rick, what's going on? Any thoughts on the new STR MC9? No, actually I don't. I'm sorry. They took $120 out of your super chats. Yep, they do that. They take 30% of all your super chats, man, which means you did pretty good last month. 300 something bucks. The truck is still holding coolant. Okay, that's interesting that it went down. That's weird, dude. The PCs are on Odds and Ends Winchester. ODDS and Ends. ENDS. There's only one up there right now. It's a Ryzen 7 system. It's an older one, but it works good, but it's cheap. From France. Hello, Sam. I didn't even hit my count yet. That's why I'm confused. So they pay out at certain times, and then it'll get to you eventually. You need to go through. There's all kinds of stupid shit you got to do. Just looked up a picture of a 1911. They look really nice. Pretty much, my guy. They steal the Yankee Marshall super chats. I'm thinking class action lawsuit. So the fact that they would actually steal them, that's weird. So yeah, put it up on there because I would like to see that, Chanson, whenever you get a chance. Must be the season law. I just had to do the red in my truck also. Could also be the cold snaps that have been rolling through. So that's why I usually put up my Cash App for people that actually want to donate to the channel, because you can donate to Cash App and literally I get it all minus a small fee to take it out, versus losing 30% off the bat. Imagine that I live in country where you can't hold guns. I'm so sorry, my friend. That sucks. Do you think this year will be good for reform of laws on the books? I'm hesitantly optimistic. So, I don't know what's going to get accomplished in the first year, honestly, because nothing's going to happen in the first session of the year. Nothing will happen until the fall to winter sessions, and then by then it's just going to be stuff that will be inconsequential, because the biggest problem we have right now, and I'm not getting into politics like in general, in like specifics, I'm only wanting to talk in generalizations here because I don't like talking politics. But you have one side and you have the other side. One side is usually able to hold something over the other side so that they can get something from the other side in terms of a compromise. So nobody's happy, but something got done. Does that make sense? And us, the American public, the ones that say, hey, repeal the ATF. Hey, get rid of the NFA. Hey, let us have whatever products we want. And once we screw up, then punish us. We unfortunately are the, even though there's 360 millions of us, we are the minority in this country. Politicians are the 0.00001%. Hey, at least you can have an AK. You think they could possibly get rid of suppressors this year or possibly not, aka Hearing Act or something like that? I don't see that happening. It could get proposed. Let's face it, Trump pardoning and commuting 1,500 people was out of the blue. So who knows? He can make some executive orders that might happen. But if you have a majority, the lawmakers can overrule even a presidential act. Just got back. Did you miss anything? Nah, Nugget. Not really. Heads that win, tails you lose. That's an old one, my guy. I'll take side of coin. Yeah, no, we're just all sitting, hanging out, having fun. It's hard for me to use this computer right now because I have to mouse with my finger and thumb. So yeah, you guys want to walk out to the store? We can walk out to there if you want. Also, very minimalist collection up there today. You like my John Wick match comp on the front of the VP9 though? It doesn't work on the P30. I tried. If it did, I would keep it, but I'm going to sell that one. Social book. Oh yeah, okay. Can somebody explain why getting weapons is better than not? To basically put it simply, sir, the old saying is it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. When a government or a government takes away your rights to own firearms, it allows them to oppress the population in a more complete way. Look at England, look at London, look at Great Britain. I mean, they have control over Canada. Canada's getting rid of all of its guns because of the king. Have it, not need it, not have it. Those are the way I would put it. Aramax, what's up, dude? Just snagged a Wolfman naked in an Obsidian 45. Nice, dude. Hope you got a good price, man. Best entry level 2011. You're on a fence between the Apollo 11 and a Prodigy. I would actually say the Apollo 11 is probably the better gun. The Prodigy can be made very nice, but you have to buy the gun plus put about $600 to $800 into it. Whereas the Apollo 11 actually shoots out of the box fairly damn nice. Wow, that was a weird ad. Suppressor and budget don't go together really well, my guy, because I don't know all the brands, number one, but you're paying $200 per suppressor regardless. So you're blowing your budget just on your tax stamps. What state are you in? I need it for Facebook Marketplace. Virginia. The Wolfman Naked was a steal at under 5, and the Obsidian was right under 7. Those aren't bad prices, man, especially for those names. So, sorry. People get a little tired when they're old. True, I personally have the gun authorization due to my job, but in my country, people consider having guns as a bizarre thing. You know, despite what you see on the news, you'll see on the news, oh, it seems like every person in America has a gun. The larger majority of people in the United States don't have firearms. There's just people like me that have multiple handguns. So when you hear about there being 2 to 3 handguns for every individual in the United States, well, you can just look behind me. There's 8 right there. So I cover 2 people by myself. When you look at my whole collection, I cover 100 people by myself. So you could have 1 million people having 100 million guns, if that makes sense. So it's not as common as it sounds. It's only the fact that what you're actually subjected to in terms of visually seeing firearms and hearing about firearms is firearm related media. You know what I mean? You don't just walk down the road and see 50 people with guns. Less physical aggressions than us. Well, again, 360 million people in the United States. That includes children, but still, 360. Since the government likes to inflate their fucking, their reports. 360 million people, 40,000 deaths related to firearms. When the vast majority of those are actually suicides, which somebody's going to kill himself. They're going to find a way to do it. I killed myself by cutting the artery in my leg. Roughly 8 to 10,000 deaths due to an act of criminal intent with a firearm. Roughly, when you're not counting police-involved shootings, suicides, accidental discharges, etc. So you're talking about a conversion rate that's less than 0.002% of the population, or 0.0 whatever. It's a minuscule amount. More people die from car accidents, drunk drivers, secondhand smoke, and alcoholism every year than guns, by far. I got a Yankee Hill 45 M2 Sidewinder for first suppressor. Have to go next week to do paperwork. That's a good price, Jordan. I'm pretty sure that you have less physical. Yep, I got it. You got it too. So let it loose. Yeah, also known as the MAD, mutually assured destruction. Oh yeah, the R9, the Yankee Hill R9. I agree, because technically that's usable from 9mm to 308. All right, let's walk out to the store. I will not be showing anything with a price because it's all been pulled anyway. One thing to keep in mind is at the end of the day, all firearms are pulled from the floor. So if you think you're going to rob me, fucking think again. All right, so don't need to see the mess. Oh, look at that old TV. So let's go down the hallway. It's dark. Don't worry, Mama. I'll protect you. Just get an MP40 airsoft. Okay, that's a cool one. You said you got the replica. So basically, you walk in, right? I'm still working on the office back there because I moved a lot of stuff out here. But so you walk in, right? And then you come in here and you got some stuff. Again, the cases are empty because I don't keep firearms out. That'd be the stupidest thing to do. Then you got stuff. And I'm keeping the odds and ends stuff. So this is the side where you get video games and, you know, plushies and the computers and stuff like that. So the space is pretty nice. Again, I have multiple cases, multiple safes, all that shit, so you don't have to worry about that. And then in there is big stuff, bicycles and spare shelves and stuff, some guitars, including Stones. Yeah, basic overview. So, you know, like some of the guns will go in there every day. I'm getting the slat wall for that wall so that I can hang rifles every day. Yeah. It's dark now. Yeah, those are Ford Taurus. Quite nice. Thank you, sir. It's what I does. If you like that, make sure to give me a like. And then in here I have, you know, an empty pickle jar because I ate them. A model 1886. It's not real. That stupid plaque thingy. And then all of you. Oh yeah, and I use a Mac that I converted to a Windows machine. The 1886 is a Shadowbox display model, so it's not designed to work. It's just supposed to look like one, so you can give it as a gift or something to like somebody old, and they don't have to have a real one in the way. You've seen those YouTube scam ads selling replica firearms, which is clearly a real one, and the store looks nice. I have not seen the ones for that. I have seen they're doing the frickin' oil filters again, or suppressor traps. Hey, Cody. You got an 1800s French here. That's cool. Do I still have the SAR K12? Yes, it's one of the ones I got to pick up. Hey, Prime, welcome back. So yeah, the K12 is another one I need to pick up. I'm picking up probably another dozen guns from the pawn shop this week. So took a gamble, bought a GSG 1911-22. It has a constant issues ejecting, extracting. I tried multiple brands and loads of 22s. Any suggestions? I don't have as much experience with the GSG 1911s. I wish I had a good answer for you, man. Have you tried like the Stingers? The hyper velocity 22s, the ones that are cooking like 14 or something. Dozen US style. Oh no, there's still. So I've picked up like 13 already, and there's like 26 more. Your brother's looking at buying one. Now, all right. Well, I'll get you handled. We will handle yo candle. Boom, 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 boom. Biggest caliber that I've used, 50 caliber, so half an inch. So that's 2 centimeter, 2.5 centimeters in an inch. So I guess 12.5 millimeter. Do I have a 6.5 Creedmoor? Yes, it was a Barrett. Keith, stop spamming. Who's Keith? Barrett looks like a tank. Oh, it looks like a tank here in the United States. You put it up against any other normal rifle. It's a 29-pound, like 38-inch rifle. It's ridiculous. I'm not even seeing this Keith guy, so I think it's not showing me some of the chats. Hold on, let me change this. No, I'm not really seeing that one. Yeah, no, a lot of people don't realize how big some guns are. You see them in video games too, like a lot of Call of Duty guys. So that was one thing that I had to get used to hearing a lot. Wow, I saw that in Call of Duty. Oh, wow, I haven't seen one of those since Call of Duty. So do gun math, not try to front you guns to sell you, just wondering, or do you decline because you want to straight up own them? Do gun manufacturers not try to front you guns to sell, just wondering, or do you decline because you just want to straight up own them? It's about owning your inventory so that you're not beholden to anybody. Yes, I could get credit accounts with multiple distributors and manufacturers, but then at the end of every month, instead of having profit, all I'll be doing is paying down the inventory, trying to have the best inventory, but not making any money every month. By owning the inventory and having full control over the inventory, even the new guns that I'm picking up, I'm buying them outright. The ammo is going to be expensive, so it's a better way to run your business. If you don't have to break yourself to do it, don't. If you can, but you can't say the price of the PC on the stream. So the Ryzen 7 system is $350, and I just picked up a Ryzen 5 system, but I got to reset it and put an SSD in it. That'll be $250 because it's like a Ryzen 5 5500. The other one's a Ryzen 7 2700, but it's got a SSD and a 2 terabyte drive, 1000-watt PSU, a $100 and something $100 case, and it's just a 1070 Ti. I'd swap it out with the 6600 that's in the other one if somebody wanted it for the same price. Do I have some Berettas? I just sold my 51 to my good friend Jacob, so he's enjoying that. And I don't know, Berettas just don't really call out to me as much as I would like to admit. I see them, they're fine, they shoot fine. They're nothing too impressive to me. You tried Stingers too. Was thinking about getting the slide reliability kit from ZR Tactical. Comes with slightly oversized firing pin and beefier extractor and ejector. I've never shot anybody, Sam. Yeah, I don't know on the GSGs, man. Sorry. If somebody comes in to me, I mean, I'll let them order whatever they want, but I would always recommend something else. Oh, Justin, thank you. Step, Justin, why are you behind me? Panda says CZ. Justin's such a nice feller. He's a fart smeller. I just found your channel. What's it about? Nice try, Woody. You have my dream job, like guns are my life, but I'm afraid to ever make that jump because of the market. I bet it's not easy either with all the rules, but what are your big goals? My big goals is to make a fair amount. You know, I'm not trying to be, Lord of War here. I just want to make consistent sales. I want to treat people, I want to give people service, which is one of the biggest things that's missing in this industry because a lot of the old fuds that own their gun stores, they're so set in their goddamn ways they don't understand that the customer is important. And if you treat somebody right, I had this awesome couple come in today. They're from up in West Virginia, super nice couple. I sold them a Browning a couple years ago at the other place, and they came in. They're like, "Man, we love you so much, and now that we know that you got your store up and running, we're just coming to you." These are people that bought something from me 2 years ago, and now they're going to start buying stuff from me. And they bought some knickknacks and stuff from me today. They didn't have to do that, but they bought some awesome stuff. So just the customer service side of it, I want to change that part of it. Also, I'm here in Virginia. Most stores are closed on Sunday. I'm going to start offering Sunday sales and transfers. You're a content whore. Did you see my Super and Yankee the other day? Hey, Mouse, what's going on, brother? Just the FUDs, a lot of the manufacturers treat people bad. That is true. If I buy a birthday gift this year for myself, I'm definitely hands down coming to you, brother. Appreciate that, Cody. Sunday sales is a good idea. Yes, so here, all the gun stores that I know of are closed on Sunday because, they're open usually Tuesday through Saturday, so they usually close Sunday and Monday. A lot of them do. Some are open on Monday through Saturday because they have the staff available. But I'm going to offer Sunday just because that's when people are done. You do what you do in the morning, you go to church, you hang out with the family, have lunch, all that stuff. But a lot of times Saturday, that's when you're doing your partying. You don't want to be shopping. And then during the week, you don't have the time. So I'm going to start offering Sunday service. Sorry, that came out wrong. Sunday availability, which is going to change the game in the area, I think. Do they deliver guns on Sundays? No. So guns do not get shipped to stores on Sundays because it uses... typically from the distributors, they use FedEx or UPS, and they don't deliver on Sundays to us. Do they deliver on Sundays? I don't know. I've just never, I don't know because no gun stores are open on Sunday. But if I get them in on a Saturday, I can process them on a Saturday and call them, and then they can come in on a Sunday. That's amazing in my opinion. Service and patience are needed in the industry. That's why I left my old shop. You're going to win, Joe. I appreciate that. And again, I'm just trying to be fair to people, give them the best possible deal while still making a reasonable profit because you can't give away the store because then you're not going to be able to make a living wage and they can't go anywhere else and get those prices. So they're not going to do that. So what dinosaur do you want to hunt? I want to hunt those little itty bitty ones that you can just pick up and eat raw. I don't want to hunt dinosaurs, man. I don't want to die. In Arizona, it was like that too, where all the gun stores were closed on Sunday, and it sucked because I went for the weekend and they were closed. Yep. Oh yeah, they do. The lizards. What's a gunsmith charge to drill and tap a shotgun receiver? Well, typical setup charge is usually like 1 hour or a half hour. So depending on the gunsmith, it could be anywhere from $75 to $100 to drill and tap. Some of them will be like 150 flat rate. So my buddy who has a YouTube channel actually, Adventures in Kalashnikov, he's a gunsmith and he's setting up as a gunsmith. So for complicated jobs, I'm going to be sending that work to him. I have to hold my breath for a second, sorry. Did I eat the chip? No, because right now I have a giant open sore and I'm very sensitive to everything because with the swelling, all the skin is gone on the inside of my lip. So no, I haven't eaten it yet. I'm doing the live thing again. Yeah, I am doing the live thing again. I'm not doing it on Wednesdays for right now until I get everything sorted out. So I will start doing them again on Wednesdays eventually. But right now we're just doing Mondays and Fridays, a few hours each. We don't really talk politics, Rob, but I will answer your question. I don't trust that man as far as I can push him down a hill. So I already don't trust Trump. He has nothing but personal agendas and his party agendas in mind. So I don't trust anybody that's a politician. Anybody that says they're a Republican or a Democrat, I don't trust. You're either an American or you're left or right. You can have differing opinions, but to form entire parties based on that, that sound fucky? Yes. Being in a situation, it was a while ago. I don't know if they actively do it now, but Florida used to pay people. Did not know that. That's cool. What's your opinion about the new Echelon comp? I need to order one. I haven't shot one yet. I actually sold my regular Echelon, and I'm going to get the Echelon comp because I've got an Icarus Precision and a Sharps Brother aluminum frames, and I want to see how they feel on there. You're still EDCing a Para 14, probably have 2,000 rounds through it at the range. Oh, that thing will shoot way, way longer than that, my guy. You got to 50 subs. That means you can live stream. Awesome, JPEG. What happened about hospital? I've been away and saw a little on your videos. Everything okay? So I got an infection inside my gum line. Either I bit my inside of my mouth because my teeth were grinding when I was sleeping or something. But my mouth looked like if you ever see like in the cartoon thing where a vacuum, the mouth explodes. Basically, that happened to me. I couldn't swallow, couldn't eat. It was super painful. I'm still dealing with it. I have an open abscess. Basically, my skin had to split open for tissue to come flying out. It's not good. Dang, needing to get up at 4:45 for work sucks. Yeah, sorry, DB. You still have your other job for now. Don't trust Trump. Not going to listen to another word. Peace. Okay. Tell me about the comp in that Kel-Tec shoddy. I have the same one. That's just a muzzle brake. I wouldn't really call it much of a comp, and I don't know the brand. That's my buddy's shotgun. He also has a big fiber optic sight in it. I wish I knew what it was. I really do. Sorry, I don't. The Kel-Tec 5.7 has you intrigued. Of course it does. It's from your homeland of Florida. Your buddy wanted you to TIG a rail to his Browning Auto 12 gauge for a red dot. I told him he was crazy. Get somebody else to do it. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it. You look so young when you shave. I'm not sure on the 22-250. I don't think so. Oh man, sorry. Glad you're doing better. I wear night guard and my dentist make me grit my teeth. Yeah, I've got TMJ and it actually wakes me up and then I have to actively sit there. I need to get a night guard or tooth guard. Might just get like a dental guard for boxing or something. Couldn't agree more. I drive an extra 25 minutes to different shops because I had terrible customer service at the shop 2 minutes from my house. Plus they overprice everything. That's the other thing, man. That is the other thing. I am literally 200 feet from another store, but they are the high end. They want to charge top dollar for everything, and they only want to carry expensive shit. So we'll see what happens with that. You have an opinion on subcompact EDC? I can tell you what is reliable. 365, obviously. The Hellcat is actually pretty reliable. The MC9 Meta MC9 is very reliable. The FN Reflex has been working out all of its bugs. That's pretty reliable now. The TP9 SF is not. You're talking about something else. It's a decent gun. It's not a subcompact, obviously. Yeah, it's a strawberry lemonade pink drink. As you drink that ocean spray, I hear Fleetwood Mac playing in the background. I know what you're talking about. The dude that did the one wheel or whatever it is. Did like 40 years ago when I moved out of Miami. Oh, you can get one on Amazon and just put it in boiling water. It molds to your teeth. Yeah, I'll have to at some point. The only thing that puts me off about my P14 is that the aluminum frame model couldn't come across a steel frame, but I also couldn't pass up the deal. As long as you aren't shooting like overpressured loads and your springs are all matched, you should be fine. Do I like a good steak or a nice rack of ribs more? I actually like a good steak more. I don't like carcass. I don't like eating food that has bones in it. So I don't eat a lot of chicken wings unless they're buffalo, and then I usually can only eat a couple because I don't like bones in my food. I know it's a little bit weird because it's still meat, but that's why I like a New York strip steak. No bones. Mrs. Mouth got excited when she saw your drink. She used to like to drink stuff like that too. Yeah. Rare or medium rare? I go medium rare, but a little bit on the bloody side. Rare is just a little bit too soft. I like a little bit more texture, so medium rare, but still bloody. Chili's Smash Burger $10 deal is on point. I have to see it. Did the 365 have discharge issue when dropped? I can't remember. No, the 365 never had the same issues. Wife made pork ribs in the crock pot. The bones just fell out. Still, also, I grew up with a Korean mother who liked to break the bones and suck the marrow out of them. And that grossed me the heck out. Like chicken bones and stuff. After she'd make them Korean style, she'd snap them in half and suck the marrow out. Ugh. You're on our living room TV right now. Nice. Hi, Mrs. Mouse. Was that the SIG 320? Yes, the 320 can discharge because of the design of the drop safety is faulty. Mostly on the older ones, but the problem is there were millions of them built by the time they figured it out. We just ate dinner, had Brazilian barbecue for dinner. I had soup. I'm trying to not chew, if possible. I knew you were a sucker. Thank you. Bone marrow is good. It's not my thing, dude. It's the same reason I don't drink alcohol. When I eat, I've had bone marrow, and when I eat bone marrow, all I taste is blood. And, all I taste is that I don't taste good flavor when I eat bone marrow. It just doesn't taste good. It's good for you. She said hi. Hoi. Albondigas. If you had to run a CC, EDC, 365, or Hellcat, I have large hands. If you got large hands, I got medium to large hands. I would probably run a 365 XL. It's a slightly longer grip. You don't need the extension on the mags. I daily carry a 1911 with a 5-inch barrel on it and a full-size frame. So, your thoughts on putting a comp on a 365? Do it. Compensators help. Every 1911 I get, I remove the Series 80 safety and slap a flat mainspring housing on it. Flat mainspring, definitely. Some Series 80s, like my Para Ordnance Blackout is a Series 80, and it's had trigger work done to it because, man, it shoots amazing. Don't worry, you will get better. That bone marrow talking story was gross, man. Yeah, sorry, I won't talk about it more. You taste blood when you drink alcohol. No, I taste cleaning fluid when I drink alcohol. I can't taste anything other than the alcohol component in alcohol. Mexican meatball soup. Oh, gotcha. Had no idea. Sounds good though, but I can't chew, so it'll have to be mushy. How do I feel about the Ruger Glock clone? I'm ordering a couple of them for the store because you can sell them for $399. They're optics ready. They might be worthy. But I'm going to check one out. I don't like Glocks just on merit and principle. I think they're boring as hell. I have a few of them, but yeah. Desert Eagle appendix carry. Yeah. Comps can affect reliability. That's why you want to make sure you get one that, you know, there's plenty of guns out there that are designed to be comped out of the box. So the 365 XL, the only thing I would recommend from stock would be probably, well, if you get them, they should have night sights already. The trigger's fine. Some people would tell you to change out the frame. My buddy put the Sharps Brothers frame on his, but it's a $400 frame. Honestly, I would just rock it the way it is out of the box. They're pretty solid. Government 1911s only come in government size 45 and series 70. Try use some Dick Uper Hot Dom Cinnamon Schnapps. It's like drinking liquid cinnamon Jolly Ranchers. Not a huge alcohol fan. I have done Goldschlager. That I can taste. If it's a lot of alcohol but a ton of additives and preservatives, then I can taste it. But like a good vodka and stuff, like really good vodka, all I taste is alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Do I like Ruger? In general, they're fine. Last night we lost power from a little rain. Well, at least you didn't get hit with fire where you are. Did you? Sorry. I didn't think you did. I hope you didn't. Hello, Kelly. You got 5 Rugers. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. Good vodka is literally just rubbing alcohol. Oh. Zaxxon just got back from a call. My house is on fire. It won't start. Opinion on Palmetto State Armory. They need to work on their quality control. Their biggest flaw is their quality control. They send out a lot of questionable things that should not leave their factory. TFB TV, when they did the first review on the Rock 5.7, they literally got one that was missing a roll pin for the fire control group. What do I think of a 17 HMR? Small game, sure. Plinking, sure. It's an expensive round than 22, but it works. No trier. That's true. No fire, thank God. What plug does a shotgun use? What do you mean? Greetings. First time tuning in. Looking for a good 10 millimeter Glock 20 or X10. Thanks. The G20 is hard to beat. It's going to run reliably. If you want one with the longer slide, get the 40. But the X10 is pretty damn solid too, to be honest. Do I have or use a 5.0 Sun? I sold my 5.0 Sun when I had to replace the one that was on my Night Stalker. I just run whatever I have laying around right now, which is a bunch of cheap Chinese ones that were sent to me. Looking at my community post for a link you'll laugh at. Do I have a Glock? I have a bunch of Glocks, but they are not wall-worthy. What the heck? That wasn't the one I tried to click on. I'm using a touchpad, so I'm not very accurate tonight. I apologize. Hold on a second. I'm watching something Zaxxon's making me look at. I'll have to watch it when I'm done. I can't hear anything because I can't have audio. What about Bren 10? Bren 10, I like the Bren 10. I'd love to get my hands on one. They were used in Miami, Miami Vice. That was Don Johnson's gun. Could you show me a Glock? I will give you $2 billion. I don't want $2 billion, and no, just Google it, man. It's a Glock. Do you still use any Holosun red dots? I'm probably going to, but I just haven't. With focusing on the store, I literally have no available fundage just laying around to order them like I wish I could for myself. So I really haven't been doing much that way. Drunk, you weren't here earlier, but I got my taxes done because of all the firearms that are going into the store. I use them on my taxes. So I showed an operating loss of $41,000 last year. So I don't owe any taxes, but I ain't getting a return. And I get an automatic $3,000 deduction every year until that $41,000 is covered. So, yeah. One of the chatters tricked him into saying something. Oh, did he? If a quiz is called a quizzical, what's a test called? A test. I just got a 507C. Yeah, I already sent that out too. They already picked up that in your light, dude. It should be to you in a day or two. Do you have any recommendations for a good air rifle? Oh, it's a great question. Believe it or not, there are some high velocity air rifles. If you're looking for like pest control and stuff, Ruger makes a couple, but there's also a lot of high end air rifle companies. Like I can get you air rifles that are like $2,000, $3,000 through my distributors. I've been doing my taxes for hours. I never getting money back on taxes. Well, last year I made a profit of $500 for my company, so I got like $4,000 back. This year, because I have an operating loss of 41,000, I just don't have to pay anything. And I've been already setting aside, like I've already done some sales and all that money set aside in terms of taxes, so I'm not going to owe anything this year either. What's your favorite caliber for long range? Don't really do a lot of long range shooting. 5.56 goes out 300 yards. The longest place I have near me is 300 yards. $800 to $1,000 price range. Sig Tread M700 or M400, one of those. I think the 700. Stag Arms makes some $1,000 stuff. FN makes the FN15 for about $1,000. IWI Zion is a decent one for about $1,000. You always have to pay extra during tax time. Not if you write off investments. The 3000 air rifle is huge. That a Ruger. No, it's a custom company. It's a 50 caliber. It can take down large game. Boom, 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 boom. It's good to not know taxes. Yeah, well, I agree. I want to make profit, but I want to make profit in a way that's not going to affect me. I would just rather be zeroed out at the end of the year so my profit equals to my, so I don't make so much that I'm paying a bitch load of taxes, but I want to make so much that I get into the Elon Musk club where I don't pay any taxes even though I'm making billions. I got to figure out how to do that. All I need is for all 178,000 subscribers to send me $1 million right now. Yeah, just like your brain cells, Rico. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. It's all I ask for. I never ask for you guys to give me money. I never ask for you to do anything funky. Go sell a bunch of pies on the corner and give me part of your pie. I want your pie. No, just hit the like button. Subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. As guns come in, I'll make more videos on them. So just have some fun. Large game with an air rifle is wild. I'll have to look that up. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. I owe every year. I saved $18K for taxes. Hope government doesn't take it all. If you tell the government you don't have any money, you don't have to pay them anything. I don't know. This is the first year I've never gotten money back. I take my little brother to the range with me to practice firearm safety and things about guns, so you think that's a good thing or a bad thing to start them at a young age? It's always a good idea to train them young. It's always a good idea to teach them respect at a young age. So there's people that scare their kids, and that's not effective. So what you're doing, you're taking them to the range, you're teaching them proper safety, proper handling. I'm all for that. That's the best way to do it. What are we up to? Not much, Donzi. How you doing? Hey, wait a minute. Hasn't Turning Wrenches been threatened with selling himself? Wrenches hasn't been in a while. The tat fraud. Don't do it. No, so here in Virginia, we have 5.3% taxes. I'm holding 10% for sales tax. And any item I sell, I'm retaining 10% just in case. Don't worry, investors, it's coming out of my own money. But what I'm doing that for is to guarantee that I am not in any position where I cannot cover taxes if necessary. PSA toying with 50 cal. I know you don't like the quality, but probably going to be a reasonable option to get one. Reasonable is a misnomer, but I do agree that they may do something and it may work a little bit. But you can get single shot Barretts or bolt action Barretts for a few grand versus the semi-auto Barretts that are 10 to 11 grand. They'll just garnish your bank accounts. Ha! Live on cash. I know a guy up here in Alaska that uses a 30 cal air gun to dispatch critters in his trap line. He just got a badass lynx with it the other weekend. No, what you said a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, that was a joke. I'm sorry. Please never take when I try to put kind of a weird spin on it so it sounds a little bit funkier. I do not approve of tax fraud. 100%. Heck no. I'm not going to jail for no freaking Al Capone stuff. Hey, Tool, what's going on? Do I do airsofting with B? Personally, no, I don't. I used to collect them back before I got into real firearms. I still buy them from time to time if I'm looking for a fun replica, but I have not messed with them in a long time. PSA equals you're poor and I love you. Definitely should go for a photo shoot with your favorite gun for a new YouTube profile photo, bro. No, the Mustang that's up there was my first new car, and I love that car. I knew it was a joke. Yeah, so I always, like when I was working regular jobs, I would always have them take extra every paycheck. Like you can select, if you 0 and they take less, 1 they take more, or whichever way it goes. 0, I think they take more. But also you can write in a specific amount per paycheck that they can take for taxes. I used to always give like extra $100 a month just to guarantee I never had to pay in. The photo is a computer on my end. Oh, yeah, that one up in the corner. I'm sorry, I was thinking about the banner picture. No, I'm fine with the computer, dude. It's fine. What I was just saying that. Gotcha. I took it that way. Because the way you wrote your sentence structure, I assumed you were making kind of a, Am I high? Only on life, son. And antibiotics. And life. And a little bit of speed. I'll run some PSA stuff. That's only because I'm 10 minutes from them. There's, people enjoy PSA stuff. And like you said, I've had good luck with with their dagger that I had. I've had mixed luck with my rock. And we've had some stuff come through that ran fine and didn't. So their failure rate's higher than a company like CZ or Dan Wesson or Glock, but they also don't do the same stringent quality tests. Good to see you and that you're doing okay. Mouse, thank you very much, man. We'll be talking through emails. I keep hearing a squeaking. I can't tell if it's my chair or yours. It's mine. If you ever want a good set of performance tires, I have great luck with Firestone. Firehawk. Oh, yeah, I've had those in the past. They work well. Firestone Firehawks. Believe it or not, Goodyear Eagle F1 supercars are not that expensive. New. They're like $400. Sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Mouse, say hi to your wife for me. What kind of gun is in the case? It's a non-firing replica of a Winchester Model 1886. The ones on the wall currently are 45, 9, and 5.7. So you've got, and I'll just kind of, I'll point them out. Top up there is a TSOS PX57. I bought it because it was the second striker fired 5.7 they released. After the PSA Rock, they're all hammer fired otherwise. Taurus G3 Tactical in 9mm, Taurus G3 in 9mm, HK VP9 in 9mm, Taurus PT92CD, so it's the compact with the decocker. You can see the frame is shorter. It's also got a shorter barrel. Mitchell Mauser 1911 and 45 ACP, KS7 and 12 gauge. Spikes something build, McManus trash tier build, and my Osprey 9 suppressor. I'm a Cooper Discovery guy myself, but I drive trucks. Well, I tried running MT Streets, but I sold them a week later when I went around a corner and realized they have like no sidewall. Oh, that sucks. Are Heckler & Koch HK416s available to civilians? Yes, they came out with a civilian version of it, a U.S. legal U.S. version of it. Up until then, yes, they were legal, but they were super gosh dang expensive. You were talking like $3,000 to $5,000 for a true one. You could always get the MR556 for a while, but no, now they do have 416s. I have no clue about street tires. Falcon AT3s do good off-road. Nice. If you could build your dream AR, how would you build it? I actually already have my dream AR built. It's just not up on the wall because I used it for some money. I got to get it out of pawn. Started with a Palmetto State Virginia lower, just the lower. It was a bare lower. I've got a Franklin Armory binary trigger in it, which I may be changing for a CMC. I haven't decided yet. Has ambi safeties, ambi bolt release. Has a custom stipple grip, uses Magpul, just standard AR-15 stock, adjustable, of course. I don't need anything special. It has a Unique AR's upper on it. Unique AR's is out of Idaho. They sent me one of their $1,500 uppers. It's got a really nice handguard on it, super thick aluminum, and it's got an eagle on the end of it. Uses a Butler... I call it my BLT, my bacon lettuce tactical bolt, but a Butler bolt carrier group, Radian charging handle, and a primary arms fixed 4-power Cyclops. I love the PT92. I got a stainless made in 92 first year of the decocker. Nice. Mitchell Mauser related to old World War IX Mausers. Mitchell, I'm not 100% sure. I do know that he made Mauser like continuation or knockoff guns, but this one is sold under Mitchell Arms. Hey, Bullseye. Should I go with the Galil Ace Gen 2 308 over an AR-10? If you just want to be different, sure. If you want commonality and functionality and interchangeability, I'd go AR. What do you need to survive a zombie apocalypse? You need to be faster than your friends and a better shot. You need to have drinkable water because most water sources will be contaminated. So you need to have either iodine pills or some kind of way to sterilize and clean water. Canned foods are a great way to go. They'll definitely get you through leaner times. But you also need shelter building techniques and fire building techniques. Unless you're living in an apocalypse where the zombie infection started, not because the world was destroyed. So I want a high power in my collection. Do I commit and find an actual Browning, or is there any difference at all with the FN made ones? So the FN has always been if you look at the side of a Browning, they are manufactured by Fabrique Nationale. It just depends on which plant they're built out of, because FN actually completed the high power, and their designer did. It all depends on what you want, though. Argentinian, if you don't get a T series high power, you can usually get them for under $800 if you're not looking for a special edition. So I would go that route. I would look for like a 60s or 70s high power Browning made in Argentina. Not Argentina. Yeah, an Argentinian one. And yeah, go for an actual Browning first, obviously. Knowing how to do simple evaporative based water purification is a quality skill. Yeah, I can do some different ways. Do I like 6.5 Creedmoor? It's fine. I'm not a big rifle guy, so I don't mess with a lot of calibers, honestly. It did it. EM Apocalypse. Oh, well, then you just have to be able to fortify your position. Have you ever dealt with autocannon type weapons? No, sir. I was eyeballing a Belgian, not Argentinian, Belgian. Thank you. Excuse me. Surplus ones. They usually run okay, so you just got to be careful with your choices. I don't know why I kept saying Argentinian. I was because actually the people that came in today, I sold them an FEG, which was built in Argentin, that one place with the place and the things. Belgian, yes. I sold my Belgian high power to Stone actually. Hey Zach. Zach, Crump is talking to you.
Hello.
Thanks for answering. You're fine, Bigfoot. Like I said, I know wasn't a great answer. I mean, 6.5 is a good round, 100% good round. It's not one that I've messed with much myself. All you new people, we only go till 10 o'clock these days. I used to go for 6 hours, but it was a little pointless, so we don't do that anymore. Slight difference in the Belgian. You know what I mean. I'm sorry, I screwed up. It's a nice water. Is 9mm, aka God's caliber, better? Whatever you're more proficient in shooting is going to be better. If you're really good at shooting like 380, a 380 could technically destroy a 9mm in the right hands. 45 is a larger round, but it's going much slower. 9mm is a much more available round, but you can get a lot more bad manufactured loads. So, my country to buy a single pistol, the process is too difficult, and a single pistol is worth $3,000. Dang. Sorry, sir, but at least you can get them. It's just prohibitively expensive. They did that on purpose. It sucks. Different continent. They're all on the same planet. Yeah, folks, he needs his beauty sleep much as he can get, it appears. No. You know, you say big words for a man that never went to my wish list and bought me the boobies.
I refuse to talk to your manager. Also, my back hurts.
A friend of mine's grandma keeps a Jensen and 25 ACP in her purse. It's better than a sharp stick in the butt. I got good news. My Ford broke down before your Dodge did. 19 looks pretty lonely. I can take care of them. Sorry, my friend. But if you contact the store, Wind City Armory, Google it. I'd be happy to talk to you. 3K for pistols. Joe, you need to set up your store there. Yeah, buy me a boat. What's your practical outlook on ammo storage capacity? If you're talking about in a handgun, your accuracy as a shooter is more important than your ammo round count. If you're talking about storage capacity in like your home, some people say you should have 1,000 rounds per caliber. Some people say you should have 1,000 rounds per gun. Some people say you should have 5,000 rounds per gun. I just think that's a personal choice, and you do you, bugaboo. All I know is I'm ready for the apocalypse. Hey, now you've hanged that FAMAS gun on your wall. Is that right? No, that is a Caltech shotgun. Have you shot your bow yet? Lol, that just sounds rude. Did you shoot your load yet? Your what? Your bow. I didn't say load. I said bow. Your bow load. You bow load your load, bow, bro, bro. Blow, blow, bro, bro. Bro, blow, blow. Bro, blow, blow. Blow, bro, bro. Bro, blow, blow, bro, 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 bro. Did I delete the pictures of me in the hospital? God damn it, I think I did. No, here we go. Okay, all I have is a bunch of stupid pictures of me, so we're not looking at those. Anyway, what's your favorite World War II rifle or sidearm? 1911s, and then for a rifle, probably something in like a M1A tanker. I'm looking for some grips for a Llama Max 1911. Any clues where to look? The screw holes don't line up with standard 1911s. If you're looking for custom ones, you're probably going to have to find somebody that specializes in them. Believe it or not, eBay might be a good place to look. Otherwise, I really don't. Numeric, Numrich, if you're looking for factories. Yeah, I just got a PSA lower and it will not take anything but steel mags. Can I make it take others? It all depends on the reason why it's only taking steel mags. If it's a fitment issue, you may have to do some fitting. You may have to do a little bit of grinding work internally. That's something a gunsmith would have to go over with you, brother. Can't just go outside and whittle up some real quick. Yeah. Oh, Numeric was a no-go and eBay? Oh, then I'm at a loss, my guy, because I don't deal with Llama too much. Sorry. Sorry, Ernest. I wish I could give you a better answer, but that's way too vague a question for me to be able to diagnose. 3030 or 350 Legend. So I don't have a lot of experience with 350 Legend personally. I have a couple 3030s. I like the 3030 cartridge, and I think it's plenty effective. I think the 350 is flatter shooting, if I'm not mistaken. Goes a little bit further. What do you think is the best optic brand for the price? Hollow Suns are really strong for their price. Swamp Fox is decent. When you get to the Sileys and the CV Life, they're decent. But I'd probably say Hollow Sun if you want like everyday go kind of optic. Hollow Sun. You had a Yama one time. It was a 9mm. Nice. Have you heard of the 50 Beowulf? Yes, I have. The way to fix the issue with PSA products is to cut it into small pieces and throw it into the garbage and get something that's not absolute trash. Ah, the good old McManus. Yeah, it made your GNU better. I actually put a brace on it for fuck's sake. Are you too cheap to put the brace in the box? 3030 is ballistically similar. Yeah, because it's actually very similar in weight. 127 grain to 123 grain, 30 caliber. I believe AK round standard 7.62 is going a little bit faster. You have the Yama 45. It's a good one. It's a decent one to own. What's your opinion on the 226? It's one of my favorite platforms. It's a great shooting gun. I prefer the full size. I'm not a big fan of like the 226, the shorter ones. I am waiting to get an X5 Classic with the 5-inch barrel, and that will be one of my favies. You'll notice it doesn't have a PSA lower. I mean, it's got a spikes, so are we really talking much better, my guy? No, firstly, I don't answer questions, and secondly, free men don't ask permission. Where is your store based? Northern Virginia, Winchester. You can look me up on Google. It's got all the information. Win City Armory. 3030 hits a little harder, but 30 Soviet goes a little faster. Gotcha. I got the new Bizon kit for Draco. It sucks. The fact that you spent as much money for the kit as you would for a Draco 9mm, that's just all kinds of wrong, my guy. I have a green Holosun laser, paid $118. Good laser, only downfall is about its battery operated. Yeah, and honestly, lasers aren't my favorite thing. What would I recommend for hog hunting? Listen to Bruce, 300. Spikes is much higher quality. It's actually mil-spec. Wait, is the PSA stuff commercial? I thought PSA stuff was mil-spec too. Winchester, born and raised. Awesome, dude. What's a good entry-level AR-10? Diamondbacks and Radical both do an AR-10. They're like under 750. PSA stuff is PSA spec. All right, well, you know what? The only reason I have a PSA lower, and you can't fault me for it, is because it was the PSA Virginia lower, and it was just the body. You're going to go? Oh, thank you for hanging out, Bigfoot. Got to looking on Numeric. Llama has a double stack Lamel. Yeah, well, Llama is owned by... Trying to remember who owns Yama now, but they were at a time owned by Armscore, and they were doing a Llama double stack. Didn't PCA start out with hand grenades and horseshoes? Ha! I don't know. I've never done hog hunting, so the only hog hunting I did was when I went hunting Harleys. Whoa, Woody Wood's throwing out some shade now. Is that a Taurus up there? There's actually 3 up there. So yes. The only hog hunting I've done is at a bar. Well, you know what? When you gotta raise the bar, you can raise the bar or you can raise the roof. Which one you gonna raise?
Neither, because I'm a punk-ass bitch.
You like Taurus. I used to like Taurus, but then they stopped manufacturing the Taurus for the U.S. market. You know, the Ford Taurus. I can go off on random tangents. Cranking the hog. I don't like to call that. Just buy them a drink and tell them they're pretty. Oh, wait, you're talking pigs. The only reason I'm looking is one of the screw holes on mine has a standoff broken out of it, so the screw has nothing to tighten down onto to hold the grip. Sorry. Hey, the Taurus SHO was a fun car. Faster than your darn Camry, brother. Although the TRD Camry is available in all-wheel drive, which fixes a lot of problems I had with it. 45 ACP, I'm in Atlanta. We know Taurus. None of the ones behind me are in 45 ACP, my guy. This is why I need a 3D printer set back up. Yeah. Ruger ARG XM for at the local Big R for $350 Freedom Bucks. Yeah, I mean they're selling it at cost. If they're selling it for that, they're making $10. You're an AE86 guy. Toyotas were fun. Used baking soda and super glue to fix a screw hole. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't just read that out loud. The opinions you're seeing are based on somebody else's talking words and things and stuff. So. Oh, and a spider lower is mine now. Oh, that's what everybody says. What the fuck? Hey, Skin, what's up? Taurus SHL was a fun car. I'd still rather have a Cop Spec Crown Vic. I've had a few Crown Spec Vic Cop Spec Frick Frack Rickety Backpack. Yeah, they can be fun. Geo Metro. I've had those. Hey, Hole, what's up, dude? Cool 45. Technically only 145 up there, my guy. Do you know if McManus shot his TSO yet? Ow! Apparently I have a pimple on my forehead. You missed the hot chip. No, you didn't. I had an exploded face hole, so I haven't eaten it yet. So I will let you know. Geos came with the 4AG, same as Corolla. Oh yeah. You're talking about the end of the life for the Geo. Sorry. Yeah, when I hear Geo Metro, I think of the little hatchback with the 3-cylinder. But yes, you are correct. Chevrolet and Toyota did a lot of collaborations. In fact, the Cavalier was sold as a Toyota over in Japan. Our Unilever guns, what do I think about the Uberti? Uberti makes decent guns. I'm not a huge long gun guy. I've got a couple of lever guns, but eh. How many subs you got? Just under 179,000. Nummy. AR-15 or AK-47? AR-15. I shot the frick out of my gifted one from my best friend TSO. Oh, I heard I'm getting, along with this AR-15 that I just got gifted, apparently I'm getting a TS2, so I got 2 free guns. Opinion on the 4570. It hits hard, for sure. It's a good round. I don't hunt or anything, so I don't know what I would do with it, but it's a good round. I had a Chevy Tracker, which is the same. Yep. You got a DDM Mark 18 upper on a PSA lower. It has a government stamp on it. And like I said, all it will take is metal. Again, I don't know, my guy. You got to take it to a gunsmith. I don't have an answer for you. And the GT Apex was amazing. Front engine, dock, rear wheel drive, and a lightweight unibody. I'll trade you the TSO for the TS2. Fair. I need an excuse to call in tomorrow. Hey, you're getting sick, Nugget. I can tell by what you're texting. Has anyone used the Delta FRT yet? I guess you guys will have to answer that one. Who stopped you Americans from buying original Russian AK-47s? When the Russians decided they didn't want to stay in their backyard anymore. Are hex mags any good? They're fair. Honestly, just get P mags if you're going with something after. Keltec PR57 thoughts. It's an interesting gun. It was definitely designed by somebody who was reliving their past life when it's like a stripper clip C96 Mauser or whichever one those old Mausers were with the stripper clips and the integrated box mag. It's funny. It's rotating barrel, so it's another version of a 57 we haven't seen in a long time. Thoughts on Kimber firearms, 1911s in specific. They're fine. They have dropped in price drastically for a lot of them, so that solves a lot of problem people like McManus and SFR have. You can get Kimber lightweights as low as $600 now, so it's meant to circumvent laws in shitty states. Well, the man himself. How the heck are you? We're hanging in there, Stucky. What's up, dude? Are you mixed between Chinese and Japanese? No, I'm mixed between Italian and Korean. They're a $300 pistol at best. Send me the TSO first. Best well-rounded brush gun. Well, I used to have a broom gun. I don't know long guns very well. Are you the GTA San Andreas ammunition guy who always gets hit by CJ? No, my friend. I have never been attacked in my gun store. Mainly because my guns gets fucking locked up at the end of the night. My guns do not stay out in a visible area. They stay behind multiple locks. If you get into my gun room, you're going to be getting peppered by 12 gauge by the time you get into it. Your grandpa sold you his 226 for $800 with a Romeo red dot. Interesting. I felt some of these folks may be trying to take advantage of your friendly shipping. I'm sorry. I was shipped a firearm that I have to pay shipping on. How goes the store? Hope it's well so far. It's officially only been really up and running for about a week now, but we're doing all right. Be careful with those hot chips, by the way. Those are way worse than you could ever expect them to be. I've had just a straight up ghost pepper before, so I'm not afraid of it. I just can't do it right now while my gum is exposed. Thoughts on the 9 versus 8 pellet buckshot? I don't know the difference very much. I just bought a big old box of Federal. 226 is a 30-year-old boomer 1911 equivalent. Jesus Christ. My hip! Favorite adjustable stock. I just run Magpul. I don't really care. They're worse than the Ghost, I believe. I mean, they're usually with ghost pepper in them. There is a hotter one, but I just got the regular standard $20 ghost chip. I'm not spending $60 for a fucking ghost chip. I thought there was a reason to send it to you, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Yeah, I don't know either, but that's fine. Send it on to me. I don't care. Probably because I'm going to be going down and visiting him at some point so I can hand deliver it to his FFL. Hawk Eagle behind you. No eagle behind me, sir. A2 stock is best. Oh, monolithic lower is best lower. Did I go to SHOT Show? Nope. Opening the store took all my money, and my face almost exploding took my week. Nanny state I'm in says I can't change my stock. Sorry. Move out of California. It's shaking and on fire. You don't want to continue to live there. This just in. Your wife. Apparently people say the 9 pellet has a flyer, but I haven't seen that in my cylinder bore. I think it's only an improved cylinder. I don't know. I'm running it out of a 930 tactical with no cylinder in it, so no choke. It has to fire 14 feet. If it makes a hole, yay! It's because he still has to deliver me 3 other things, so what's one more? Pretty much. Although I did mail out your red dot and your light, so... Cold, then in the high 50s. Brr. Shut the fuck up. I mean, I love you. What's the most practical Glock 19 mod you can think of? Trading it in. But honestly, sights. Sights is the most practical thing you can do because the standard sights on a Glock pistol, unless you get a special version of a Glock 19, they're going to be plastic white dot rear trench sight. So you might as well upgrade those. I got into sci-fi movies, specifically 80s and 90s, starting to realize that every main character in that genre is a douche. Oh yeah, 100%. That's why we sent him the TS2. So I can do a video on it. Does your store have a website, and are you doing online sales? So my buddy's coming down from his house sometime this week to help me set up the website. Yes, I will be doing online sales. I'll be doing FFL drop shipping as well as selling all my used guns online as well. Any tips on 1911 feed ramp polishing? Don't go too aggressive to start. Don't start with anything under like an 800 grit. If you start with as low as an 800 grit, go up to 25 to 3000 grit, and just take your time. A lot of times you can polish out a ramp with steel wool. You'll be ordering. Thank you, sir. Does your ammo supplier carry 12.7 by 42? Probably. I have most of the distributors. RSR doesn't do anything in it. Awesome, Triscuits. You can also call me on the phone. Just look it up on Google. I can't link or give information on lives, obviously. But if you just look up Win City Armory, WINCITY Armory, my phone number and address and everything are right on that one. You can call me and tell me what you want to do. You have any thoughts on the Ross Martin RM1C? It's cheap, so I'm assuming it's fine, but it's not nothing special. I would say get something like a Ruger RXM or a freaking Taurus G3 before you get the Ross. Honestly, am I gonna any plans on doing discounted ammo sales? So I will sell used ammo at a discount. Like I just got 200 rounds of 300 blackout and 150 rounds of 223 for very favorable prices. So those will be getting sold cheap. 9mm that I can sell for like $12 for a box of Cellar and Bellet. Yes, I have, Zaxxon. That's what they do to me. Lol. Hey, that P120 was fine, and so was the CG. So I don't want to hear about it. Reason I asked about the feed ramp polishing is Fred just bought a Kimber Pro Carry 2 and it hangs on hollow points and occasionally flat pointed ammo. Also, look at the magazine to make sure that the magazine is presenting at the right angle. So it could be a combination. Depending on what mags he's running, it could be presenting the rounds either flat or nose down. If it's got a metal follower in the magazine, run away screaming. Get Wilson Combats with the high tension springs and the plastic followers. Those tend to force the round up at a higher angle, so it'll catch up higher on the ramp. My Glock is a 19 Gen 2. Do you have it? No, I don't have a Gen 2. High point, it's like $150 in the run. Yeah, I'll sell you used ammo. No problem. But you already know what I paid for 200 rounds of 300 blackout, so that's about what I pay. Used ammo already shot. Oh, I'll pay for lead. But you got to eat it first. Got bags of used ammo and I don't even reload. The CZ needs a mag still. It had a mag. Fake ass guns. None of those guns have asses. And go look at my channel, my friend. Dave, what's up? Any recommendations for a BCG and phosphate, nickel boron, DLC, nitrate, chrome? I like titanium nitrided ones, the nitrided ones, and then the nickel borons. DLC is fine, but they aren't always as smooth. Get the nitrided one. Do you have a 9mm Glock 19 Gen 2? I have it. It's old school. No, I don't. I already said that, man. Needing some IMI 77 grain Razor Core and HST 124 grain. Call me at the store tomorrow. We'll talk. Thought it was a mag issue. Fix the exact round problem with my Yama by bending the metal followers. Steel versus brass casing. So brass casing can be reloaded. Steel, no, not really. I guess you'd have to be really brave to reload steel. It can cause less, especially if you leave it in the gun. If it gets corroded, brass doesn't corrode the same way steel does. I have the Colt Commando 38 Special. All right. You know what? Stop typing in all caps or you're going away, my friend. We don't do that. Barnes, nice to see and hear from you. YouTube is acting up. It won't tell me when any of my good gunters are put up new videos. That's fine. I only put up one video last week, and that was the one where I was putting some guns in the store. Oi. What's up, mate? What you taking, a CZ Scorpion or a Strybog? Probably the Scorpion, but the Gen 3 Strybogs are pretty damn nice, and the roller delayed blowback. I make the kid. You make the clids part strong. Is this the new office? It's technically the gun room. It's a secured room in my building, so I can leave my guns out and stuff. And it's just an easier place to film. Looks like he just copied and pasted. That's fine. I mean, if he keeps doing it, just, you know. What's your opinion on the Caltech PR-57 announcement? It's a goofy looking gun. Probably going to get one. Did he just have a stroke? No, he had a strunk. Ooh, it's 9:30. Got about a half hour to go, so have some fun. So Barnes, no. He could try to issue an executive order, but state trumps federal. So states do what they want. That's why marijuana is legal in some states, but not in all states, and why gun rules are different from state to state. Bullshit. Trump can try to do it, but each state legislature will be like, frick you. USA! USA! You're typing in caps. Have a good night. Told you to stop. Wendy's or Whataburger? I've never had a Whataburger. So, and I'm not a huge fan of Wendy's. It's a pretty fresh burger, but it's a little bit saltier than I like. But I do like their fresh fries. What's the craziest gun that you've seen in person? Boys 50 caliber. It was a 55 caliber, but it was remilled to, or it had a new barrel for 50 cal. Boys anti-tank gun, 50 caliber. Main room was full of blow-up dolls and fake titties. Sounds like one of my live streams. Had it in and out the other day, man. That went to crap. A lot of them do. Like, I don't even eat Five Guys burgers anymore. I like their fries, but their burgers are just, ugh. Did you hear about the ATF DEI director job title change? She was supposed to have been fired. I haven't been following a lot of it on purpose. Got my old AG mech treat teacher to hook me up and CNC me some mags for my 450 Bushmaster. Nice, dude. We made our own jigs and everything. Well, sounds like a fun project to do. Glad it all worked out.
SpongeBob? SpongeBob is fine. Ah! I can't really do it because the lip doesn't go all the way. But that's fine. Please remember to take a rest and drink some water. Well, I'm ending at 10, so it's fine. Only a half hour to go.
Careful with the caps, JPEG. What do you think of Heckler and Koch putting P7, P13 and wanting upwards of $3,000? Sounds like an HK move. Bunch of douche nozzles. Well, JPEG normally doesn't do it that much. Five Guys always suck. No. Before they decided to go McDonald's with their shit, it was pretty good stuff. At least here in Virginia where I live. 44 carbine. That's your good name. How are you doing tonight? Crap, I slipped into a different accent. Hello. What you've got to do is you get in there, you do the job, and you get out. You're like White Castle. Racist bastard! No, I am not a fan of a flame-boiled hamburger, so I will pass. Here in Oklahoma, we have a local food chain called Brahms. A lot of times it's a little local, guys. I get that. What kind of juice is that? It is a Starburst All Pink. It's 0 sugar, and it's just a thing of water. This had the triple berry or the mixed berry in there, and I drank it all, and now I used the jar today. Ayo, when are you scoring your 45 ACP right now? Trying to buy bulk now. Honestly, bulk is difficult to get good values on through distributors because I have to buy it from a distributor who already bought it. A lot of time, AmmoSeek and stuff for bulk is going to be a better place, man. Sorry. A-hole, in caps does not count. Question is, 9mm Ruger pistol a good gun for self-defense as a woman? I need to know which Ruger we're talking about. EC9, LC9, 380 Max. Well, you said 9mm, but Security 9. I don't know which one you have. SR9. You got to give me a little bit more information, but I can tell you this from my point of view, Athena, as a person who talks to a lot of people looking for guns. The best gun that you can use is one that you're comfortable with. What I mean by that is you don't want to get something that's too small just because you want to put it in a jacket, purse, in a bag, whatever the case may be. You also don't want one that's too darn big, because if you get one that is too big, it's not going to be comfortable to shoot. You're not going to be able to handle it well. So what you need to do is find what actually works best in your hands and then focus on shooting. 9mm out of current new Rugers is pretty easy to shoot, so it should be fine. You just want to support the small shops. I appreciate that. Like I said, just call me tomorrow at the shop. I open at 11 my time, Eastern. There's a shop deal in Federal LE ammo. I can take a look and see what I can get. I don't have. You actually have to fill out documentation for law enforcement stuff, so I'll have to see if I can get it. Honestly, holding and feeling the RXM Ruger for the price of SATA is worth the low price of admission. I'm inclined to agree, but I want to get my hands on one before I know for sure. Max 9, yeah, that's the other one. As far as Ruger pistol goes, the other Ruger Security and American pistols are decent. The American pistols have gone up for some reason. Like the Ruger American Pro in 9 is like $700 or $650 now. So I would go Security 9. M&P 380 Shield EZ. That's a decent choice, man. Easy gun to run. Easy gun to maintain. Oh, it's been so long since I've done long live streams that my neck is starting to hurt. Make sure you guys hit the like button for me, please. Growing the channel this way because I have to keep fighting with YouTube and Google over every penny that I try to get. So every time that you hit the like and you hit the subscribe button, it shows them, hey, this guy at least is worth giving a chance to because he's not violating terms of service. He's not doing all that stupid stuff. So if you guys can just do me that big favor, just hit the like button. You can hit the dislike button. It's interaction, but hitting the like button grows your penis, even if you're a girl. Yeah, you have the SR9C 9mm is what it says. That's actually a decent handgun, Athena. The SR9 is a decent handgun. It was around for a long time because it's a decent gun. It's been a while since you went to the couch, or am I not seeing the latest? The last one I did was... I thought it was on the couch. Yeah, it was the Rock Island 22 TCM. I just haven't been putting up a lot of videos because I'm getting the gun store up and running. They gave you back your super chats. More than likely, it was probably a clerical error for the way you're being paid or something. So that's good. You like the Beretta 80X. Cool. It's a little small for my hands. Honest Outlaw has the same problem where the way the beaver tail kind of wraps down. It would have been nicer if it was an upswept beaver tail so your hand could sit in the right position. But overall, it works. Liked it and it worked. Nice. Glad to hear. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Sorry, Athena. It's my one bad joke for the night. I did. Do you have a Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum? No, but I do have a Smith & Wesson 460 XVR, which is the same X-frame as a 500 Smith & Wesson. You haven't shot it very many times, but it doesn't have a ton of kickback, which is nice. No, it actually is very well sprung. The recoil spring plays a big part in it. Also, it's got enough weight in it that it handles the recoil of 9mm pretty well. If you had like the EC9, which is the subcompact 9, that thing would kick like a mule in comparison, but the SR9C is a perfectly serviceable size gun. It's stone cold, and it's stone cold. He's back. Hey, Phantom, what's going on, dude? Are you telling me you have your own gun store? Are you now an owner of a gun store? Yes, I am the owner of a gun store, Barnes. It's a hypothetical situation where somebody has to use a gun to complete self-defense in CA without a CCW. What would happen? Well, depending on the situation. So, if you're carrying around the gun concealed, you could get cited for that. But if you had no other choice but to save your own life by taking another life, it would be an exigent circumstance because you would have died had you not done what you did. But you're going to get prosecuted because you shouldn't have had the gun in the first place. So unless you can get a really good lawyer, you're getting in trouble no matter what. What state am I from? I'm an Army brat, but I'm in Virginia. You're hanging out on GTA 5 online. What are your thoughts on the Smith & Wesson CSX? The trigger isn't the best on those. Is your opinion what's the best handgun for protection? Whatever you're most comfortable shooting, Loki. Sorry, that's the only opinion I can give you. I like 1911s. You may not. So oh yeah, if you're carrying an unlicensed firearm, that's in any state unless it has constitutional carry. Here in the state of Virginia, if you have the gun on you and you don't have your concealed carry, it's going away. Didn't the cross state line just pass federally? No. The only way that could pass federally, a-hole, is if every state went to constitutional carry or if every state agreed to reciprocity with every state's concealed carry, which does not exist. Like felony trouble, well, you are an unlicensed civilian in possession of a firearm. So, again, yeah. Have you heard that normal 9mm jacketed hollow point Winchester defense ammo is repackaged? I have not heard that. That's an interesting thing. Carry a bow and arrow in California. Anything with a pointy tip, you could be an aggressor. The Toolcraft BCG and nickel boron? I don't know. I've never messed with that, dude. McManus, is Toolbox BCG decent? You thought we had a Second Amendment. This is strange. It is strange, but as I said before, state trumps federal. So yes, we do have 2A federally, but a state can decide at will to fuck you. You are John Wick. No, you're Urk. Or a sword. Well, you gotta also be careful because you have to open carry it because you can't conceal carry a sword. Or a dagger. Never realized how many states had restriction on firearms till I worked behind a gun counter. Best advice is to not go to California. Agreed. Can you legally conceal carry an AR pistol on a sling? Yes, as long as you have a CCW, it is a pistol. You can conceal carry it. Technically, you can conceal carry a rifle if you have a CCW. You can carry any firearm you own as long as it's legal, a legal firearm. What's the best handgun for home defense? A shotgun is a better firearm for home defense. Otherwise, whatever you train with, my guy, if you train with a high point 6 days a week and you can hit a bullseye from 50 yards with the JXP-10, that's going to be your best handgun. If you're talking about reliability, Glock, Smith & Wesson, M&Ps, FN, FNH, FNS, FNL lines, avoid the 5 Series. So, hypothetically, you're saying the state is British. No, I'm saying the state is fucked. What's better for CCW? I can't decide for my first one, high point or staccato. Get both and see what happens. California CCSB for the firearm, it's proof for, not anything you want. Yeah, that's the other thing. So I don't know, is it 1, 2, or 3, or how many guns are you allowed to have on your CCW? But the gun has to be on your CCW license. It's bullshit. Flamethrower isn't a firearm. Trebuchet isn't a firearm. You have your CWPs. Can I do it with that? What's your CWPs? If it's a major OEM, it's probably going to be fine, but it's not going to probably excel in much. So you'd never use a 12 gauge as a home defense firearm. Why not? Trump is not going to be able to stop as much as you think. The problem is, again, president, federal, state. About 15 years ago, Nevada required it too. Did you see the staccato that works with Glock mags? Yeah, I did see the staccato that works with Glock mags. They copied Platypus after trademarking 2011. They're hypocritical jerks. Over-penetration and lack of capacity. So my 930 has the extended tube, so I've got 7+1. My 1911 holds 8+1. Capacity is not the issue. Over-penetration, Yeah, it's got bullshot. It's got bullshot. It's got buckshot in it. So I guess, but you know, nah, I get it, McManus. But you're the kind of guy that thinks your house is going to get broken into by 12 guys. The average home defense shooting, again, unless they're shooting back at you, is not going to be taking more than one mag tube. And I do have an AR-15 and a 1911 as backups. So I'm starting with the shotgun. Bullshot for when you need the steak here and now. I don't think it, I prepare for it. So, like I said, I've got the shotgun, an AR-15, and a 1911. If I can't get it done with that, I should just give up. PMAG versus Lancer with metal feed lips. I don't have any real experience with the Lancer with the metal feed lips, but unless you're doing something funky, PMAGs are the way to go. I don't think my home is going to get broken into at all, but I don't think it's going to burn down, and there's fire extinguishers all over this place. Fuck that, I just got good insurance. And I live alone on private property, ain't no one getting hit by overpaying attention besides, yeah, I've got concrete walls. Peace through overwhelming firepower is a proven effective way of defense. Pretty much. You've got a Glock 30 and 45. There you go. All I need for home defense is a rack the charging handle on my Draco to scare off any wannabe intruder. Dark Brandon told me so. Why is your gun not loaded? And why are you wasting a round by racking it? I know it sounds cool, and in the movies they like to do that when they move between rooms. If you don't have it, one in the chamber, ready to go, lay down. You're dead, son. You know anyone who has a Rottweil over under? Nope, never. No. All I need for it up of I have a break barrel Beretta. Listen, Magpul makes the best of whatever they make. So when they make something that's trash, it's the best trash ever.
Link.
How many 12 gauges do you need? If you're talking about shells, like I said, I put the extended tube on the 930, so I got 7+1. Still want the baby Glock. You'll get it. I've had a car stolen and people trying doors in the middle of the night very often. You live in a bad area. I'm sorry, my friend. I once left the key in my Challenger for 3 weeks in the driveway. Sorry you live alone, but your experience and situation isn't everyone else's. Same back at you, McManus. You should plan according to what you're dealing with, is what I say. Keep around in the chamber of a rifle is stupid. Really? Why? Why would you want to be disarmed? You seen how many doofuses try to rack around into a gun or a rifle or a shotgun and they don't do it because they short stroke the charging handle or the pump and then they die? Got shotgun, Mac 5, Sig 9. I don't reload. Yeah. I have not shot the Oracle Arms Defense Compact. Lycan, 1911, 10mm 45. Which do you prefer? 20 different supers. You're prolific, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you for the chat. I prefer 45 ACP just because I have a shite ton of Wilson Combat mags and a bunch of 45 ACP already. I'm not opposed to 10mm, but if I go 10mm, I'm probably going to pick up like a Colt Delta Elite or something cool. If I really feared something coming into my home at night, I'd move, yeah. You have time in a home defense. It doesn't matter. You should always have the gun ready to go. Just because you have time doesn't mean that you're going to have the wherewithal. Just because you practice for it doesn't mean in the moment you're going to be good to go. Now, you might be, but I still think in keeping a gun for home defense and keeping it without a round in it, ready to go, is antithesis of defense. You just have a gun laying around. Don't use my experience and situation. Yeah, but you also like to poo-poo on other people's situation and experience, so we have to justify. I told you what I keep or what I'd grab first, and you told me I'm wrong. An unloaded gun is useless. Yep. Should you keep your mags loaded in storage or not? Modern stuff, yes. Old stuff, sometimes the mags can get a little bit affected, but most of the time you're fine. Remember, we're all a little like Biden, except we know that it's called a magazine, not a clip. I call them clipazinadines. Have you thought about putting FFL at the end of your channel name? No, because the minute you put that there, I'll get demonetized instantly. I've always been a loaded firearm within reach. Yeah. JPEG's been around since the beginning. I won't even put my name on a business card. Quite frankly, no one's business till they ask. You know what? Thinking back, McManus, you are right. You didn't say I was wrong. You said you would never. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. You are right. I apologize. See? I said you're right. I apologize. Send me the TSO. Why is 40 Smith & Wesson unpopular? Because it's a middle ground compromise round. It's a compromise from 10 mil because 10 mil was beating up guns as well as the users who couldn't handle the recoil for 10 mil, so they just made the 40 cal so they could keep using the guns. So, my business name is someone else's name, so I can just say I'm a contractor. Yeah, my cards don't have my personal name on it. It reminds me of people carrying a 1911 with an empty chamber. Or carrying on an empty chamber with the hammer down, but I guess you could just rack. Or with one in the chamber with the hammer down. Which means they had to go through the dangerous act of decocking the gun to make it safe. As soon as they learn you're the owner, they want the horrible D word. Oh, yeah, discount. Yeah. Just because he needs 30 rounds to do what we could do in 5 doesn't make him right. But he did say it was his opinion, and that's what he does for himself, so I will respect that. This is the positive live stream. We are not bagging on anybody. Who's a FUD? You're kind of FUD-ish. But you're a modern FUD. You are the Oppo FUD. You want state-of-the-art, high-end. You hate old. Geisley parts, your opinion, overpriced. I think CMC triggers are just as good. You use the MC9. What's your opinion on the firearm? It's fine. I actually approve of that one. I would take that over the Reflex. You realize most of us are better at trashing people. No, I'm right, McManus. You're the Oppo FUD. You are a FUD because you're dead set on what you like, but you like modern stuff. Yes, but am I wrong in stating that you believe a lot of your old stuff is obsolete and not viable modern combat weaponry? Is your shop going to have a website and will you transfer to another FFL? Yes, I'm going to be working on the website this week, and yes, I will transfer to other FFLs. And you never fired your Singer, so I don't believe you about liking the old stuff. What are your thoughts on a bullpup style rifle that shoots 22? You're compromising. You're giving yourself a terrible trigger, in my opinion. I grew up in a small town. If I advertise I own a business, people I don't remember would come out of nowhere. Yeah, that's true. 300 blackouts for people that are scared of 308 and 30 series V. Oh, no. Come on, guys. No fighting. Kiss and make up. McManus French kiss nugget. That's true. It's based on experience, yeah. You don't shoot any of it. He does shoot some of it. He shoots one enough to know that somebody sent him an incomplete gun, which, you know, sorry. I'm standing with McManus on that one because the TS2 is already shipping to me and the TSO is coming. Bonjour. I can't read French. Solve that problem. Grandpa's M1 Garand is still a vibe. What I like is the M1A tanker converted to 308. $300. Which one was it? Yeah, 308. Literally in 1884. Who lowered the time to 10 seconds? Thoughts on the 920 XP? 920 XP what? Learn one mod can override another's to lower timeouts. Oh, gotcha. They had one locally, but it was expensive. What were they asking for that one? Free speech. Bullets, dang commies. Bullets that I thought would have more recoil. 308, 12 gauge, 8 gauge, 5.56, 45 handgun, 357, and more. You know, it's all about you. Dude, coolest gun I saw at the store was an International Harvester M1 Grand. Oh yeah, 2600 is too much. When we had one at our store at Middletown, I think we sold it for 16. It was restocked, but it was an original tanker. Just imagine M4 is chambered in 30-06 Springfield. That would be a ridiculous round. It was legit arsenalized though, serialized, so I'm not sure if it's so high or not because I don't know enough about them. You feel it was too high. I think it was too high if it was a tanker. My budget for a gun is nothing more than 600. Bro, I can get you 5 right now. Pork and Hood with a $5 donation. Thank you very much, sir. Any thoughts on the Standard Manufacturing DP12 Gen 2? So Standard Manufacturing is the name on them right now. They are based on a Turkish design. They run fine. I just don't like bullpup in general. That one is not mine. That one's my buddy Daniel's. I just had to put it back together, which I finally did. Took 3 seconds because I just couldn't locate the pins. I lost the cross pins. The gun itself is fine. It works. .300 Win Mag AR. Crazy. I forgot Standard Manufacturing even exists. Is High Standard even still around? I don't know. Is a G3C a solid firearm for the money? Yes. Don't over expect from it though. You're getting 3 mags and a double stack 9mm with double strike capabilities for under $300. So is it going to last till your grandkids have grandkids? No. But it's definitely going to do the job for you. How much all this gun that you'll buy? What? Hey, new to the channel, but I got a question. What would be a good stock for an AR-15? Probably not what you're looking at. But if you're savvy enough shopper, you can find some nice firearms for under 600. Just buy like 3 Maverick 88s. You'd be surprised. The base price of Maverick 88 new is like $250 now. Do you have a Glock 19? Yeah. Now that you're back, I assume the business is going well, so do you remember me? I don't remember you, and the business is just starting out, so. What was your worst beating as a kid? Mine was a 12-piece paint stir stick belt combo. I really don't think too much back to when I was a kid. I had an alcoholic mother, so beatings were a regular thing. I can't read anymore. My eyes are starting to go cross-eyed. Oh, shadow systems? Forget it. I don't like shadow systems because they're too expensive for what they offer you. Shadow systems makes a Gen 3 Glock for nearly twice the price for no reason. There's plenty of companies. Now, the Foundation series from Shadow Systems is more reasonably priced, but it's still the same price as a Glock. So it doesn't make sense. The only way a clone makes sense is if you get more options for less money. If Shadow Systems created their own gun based on that firing and operating system, that's one thing. But literally Gen 3 Glock parts work in a Shadow System. So I think they're massively overpriced. The guns are fine, but they're massively overpriced. It better run well considering that it's literally twice the price of the same Glock. I can still think the KSG is a capable shotgun. It's just hell expensive. Yeah, that's true. Is the Glock 45 a good firearm? It all depends on what you define as a beginner. If you've never held a gun, no gun is good for a beginner, but it does have enough size and enough grip that you can shoot it comfortably. Thoughts on Walther PDP 4-inch? Maybe my next pickup. The PDP is an amazing shooting gun. Has a great trigger. I don't like the design of them, but they're decent guns. Should I get a Taurus Judge for home defense? Sure, why not? She broke the stick on me. It hit 4, then finished the other 8 with the belt. What are your thoughts on the Springfield XDMs? Surprisingly, still relevant guns, although the technology and the way they were put together is based on a much older design. They don't look the best just because they're blocky design, but they function. They run well. I have a problem. You've gorged yourself on green grapes today. I've had that problem before. My parents once went to the local PX, which is actually like an hour and 20 minutes away, and they brought me some grapes that tasted like cotton candy. Holy shit, I ate like 2 pounds of them. Auger X95 or Hellion? Looking at picking up my first bullpup next weekend and would appreciate your thoughts. Good to see you up and well. Osmonic. The Hellion is the newest bullpup. The X95 probably shoots the best, and the AUG is just kind of a fun thing. They're not the best shooting out of the 3. Have I tried the Ruger Hour XM yet? No, I'm waiting to get one in. Those cotton candy grapes are amazing. Yes, but I've only been able to find them at that PX, not locally. Is an X-Star EP9 worth it? According to Honest Outlaw, 100%. They're cheap, but they run. Dude, I'm seriously thinking about buying PSA's 50 when it hits market. If it hits market. Unless they cancel it like they did with the STG. Thoughts on bayonets fixed for home defense? That could lead you to some trouble. I know you put the smiling emoji, but think about it. If you're close enough to stab somebody with a gun, you're either not in as much danger as you thought, or you're in way more dangerous because you're being overrun. It's hard to do. I'm gonna freaking puke. Well, stop it. Drink some coffee or chocolate. I'm trying to justify getting a judge. Just get a judge. Buying a judge? You're going for court cases. How dare you? Called food. Ah! I just looked at my own face. What's the best caliber for a rifle? I don't like to really claim best caliber for a rifle because the best caliber depends on what you're doing with it. If you're trying to shoot out at 1,000 yards, 300 blackout ain't gonna do it. If you're trying to shoot within 100 yards, then there's no reason to have a 338 Lapua. So it just depends. You need to find the best caliber for the distance you're looking to shoot for, my friend. Sorry. Thoughts on Ruger for hiking here in Maine and back to Alaska for a visit? Not sure. Is the LC-10 on the roster for Maine? The Barrett is for drip factor, I guess. I have jury duty on President's Day, actually. Aw, my buddy's doing jury duty right now. So again, general use, that doesn't really tell me what you're, when you say general use, what's general use? If you just want a plink, get a 5.56. If you want just home defense, get a 300 blackout. Those are two separate things. I would not plink with the 300 blackout, and 5.56 in home defense, you're going to over penetrate. So, you know, I understand what you're trying to get to. The problem is you're trying to get to somewhere that isn't get toable in a general sense. You need a more specific use case when you're talking about a rifle round. Shotguns, yeah, generalized. Handguns, yeah, generalized. But rifle round, it varies a lot, my friend. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean when I say it that way, but you're asking a question that doesn't have like a really good definable answer. Home defense, 300 blackout. Thoughts on binary versus FRT? I have binary. I've never messed with FRT. Binary is probably, in my opinion, probably safer because it's easier to disable it between shots. But FRT is fun to shoot. I don't like either because it's a waste of money. Even though my actual AR build has a binary trigger in it, I don't have to use it. You got a Kimber Shadow Ghost. Nice. Fun fact, if you want to get out of jury duty when you're called up to the stand, just say you're a racist. You can also just say the words jury nullification and you'll probably get let out. If you let off a huge caliber rifle indoors, you'll be part of the Tinnitus Club. No, McManus. Let's throw him a curveball. 458 SOCOM. That's your daily right there. That's probably good out to about 250 yards inside the house. It's going to blow out your eardrums and, yeah. Do I like the Bursa TPR-9S? I haven't shot one. They look cool, though. Get a 223 Wild. WYLDE. But yes. You got a Benjamin 177. Nice. Oh, sorry, my throat is hurting right now. So we're at 10 o'clock now. We're going to be winding it up. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. What's your thoughts on 6.5 Creedmoor? It's fine. Shoots good. What are you, part Asian or part Downs? I'm part much better than you are as a human being. So I got that going for me. What's that? Anyway, so that's about it. We'll do it again on Friday. If this is healed by Friday, I'll eat the one chip. If it hasn't healed by Friday, I won't because I'm not fucking stupid. Okay, I am. I'm not really stupid, so I'm not going to hurt myself by doing it. So that's about it. Make sure, again, hit the like button. Come back for another one. I love you all. I'm going to eat potato chips because salt hurts my wound. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to drink some chicken soup. One last question. Good ambi safety that'll work on a double stack. I don't really have a good answer for you. I know Wilson Combat makes one, but I'm not sure. Look at Staccato or Hayes Custom. They both make some good ones. So this is you guys. Good night.
Bye-bye.
So you guys, I'm going to go away. You guys have fun. Talk to you tomorrow. Monday, Friday, Thursday. What day is it? I love you. Bye.